Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors roll dice, play Dungeons and Dragons, and Liam once again throws curses at me right before we start the stream. It's good. It's good.
I love you.
I love you too. Sam's on his way. He'll be here shortly.
Lies.
Hopefully. Possibly lies. He's a good liar, as we know.
Lovely.
But we got a couple announcements we're going to get done before the show.
Yeah.
See, first and foremost, as a reminder, we're all flying out to Portland tomorrow for Wizard World.
Getting on a plane.
I gotta pack a bag.
Yeah.
Me too. Never unpacked it.
Looking forward to seeing you guys there tomorrow. We have, we have panel tomorrow and on Sunday.
Saturday.
Saturday. Sorry, not tomorrow. Saturday. My week. It's been a long week. Saturday at panel at 2 p.m., which will be
On the main gaming stage.
Yep, main gaming stage. Also available online at twitch.tv/wizardworld during our panel. It will be posted there for you guys to watch who can't be there in person.
Yeah,
So.
stalk
And in
us
case
online.
you forget, you can always follow Critical Role on Twitter at Critical Role.
That's a good
and
idea.
the panels will be posted there. I mean, like, you know, the schedule so that you guys can find us.
Yeah.
Or follow any of us for our
We have a-
individual signing.
We have a team of hundreds that man the Twitter handle to get you information.
Hundreds of twos of threes.
Like Bond villains.
It's good.
It's Mershon.
Mainly Liam.
Mainly.
Mainly Liam.
Mainly Liam.
Good use of henchmen. It works out well. So look forward to that. Also, we have going up. It should be on the store tonight.
Sam's here.
Sam's here. On the store tonight. Sam's here.
Ah!
There you go.
Whoa, he almost fell.
He
was
almost fell
exciting.
That
over.
was really close.
Yep.
He made his deck save. Everything's through the filter nowadays. It's really bad. I have a serious problem. We have going up on the store tonight at Geek and Sundry. We have prints, our Critical Role poster prints with characters
Yay.
on. We also have
A very limited run. It's very, very limited, signed by the cast, and so those are, I don't even know how many, but once they're gone, they're gone.
Get it.
And so yeah, those will be available for a short amount of time,
Yep.
potentially.
Live
And
now.
as far as I
Live right now!
right now.
Right now.
On
Welcome,
geekandcentry.com.
Sam, you look different tonight.
I do?
Yeah.
You look handsome-er.
That is impossible.
I do like your shirt.
No,
Thank
It's
it's,
a
you.
nice shirt.
it is a very nice shirt.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to Critical Role, where we nerdy-ass voice actors like to roll dice and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, crap.
we
Liam just threw some curses at me right before we started.
already covered all this.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's good. Redundancy is good in this industry. So, in that regard, also, we maybe, I think we're supposed to have more. How do you want to do the shirts up? We're supposed to be up
Potentially soon.
Potentially
We're
soon.
working on it. There's
trying to
some
get
really
that.
cool stuff coming.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff.
Woo.
soon as we figure it out.
We don't know
Figured out.
what's coming, do we?
It's coming though.
And also, just a reminder to all of our friends over in the Europe area, me and Marisha will be guests at Kaizuku Con the first
Europe
weekend of
area.
March
We're
in
not
Cork,
supposed to touch
Ireland.
somebody if you don't
So
know
we're
them
excited to
that
go
well,
and meet a bunch of the
so-
critters out there.
Especially if you make your way down to Italy, that's just wrong.
Kaizuku, one of the classic
The very
Gaelic
Irish
mythological
Kaizuku
creatures,
cross.
the Kaizuku.
Now they me.
Yeah. No, they love me.
So, those are my base announcements. Do you have anything else anyone wants to mention in the stream? Anything you want to
We have a thing. We got to announce a thing this week.
What do we get to announce again?
We got to announce Black Butler.
That's right. We have Black Butler, Book of Circus. They just announced the cast where Taliesin, you play.
Well, I'm in Book of Murder.
Yeah, Book
You're
of
in
Murder.
Book of Circus.
Yeah,
They're
so-
two completely different butlers.
Right, it's a thing.
It's I'm buttling in Book of Murder as Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. So that's exciting.
Which is pretty rad.
It's the weirdest accent I've ever done. It is all over.
Oh,
Good.
hello.
Arthur Conan Doyle.
Hard to beat that one.
You're a dwarf.
I'm
Hard to
Doyle.
beat that.
Oh,
And Book of Circus, I play Joker. So excited to jump into that little realm there. So look forward to that.
we are in an intimate relationship with Wormwood Gaming, and if you go to wormwoodgaming.com and use the code CRITROLL, you will get free shipping on these beautiful boxes. They hold dice.
They hold dice. They are magnetic, so they stay closed. They hold your dice so well. Oh.
Enchanted by Wishes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful presentation, guys.
Thank you.
Proud of each and every one of you.
Thank you.
I went to NYU.
Hey, see?
I
Anything
dropped
else?
out.
What's that?
Anything else? Cool. We're good.
Get it? Yeah.
All right. Let's dive into tonight's episode proper. So last we left off, the party Vox Machina, having recently suffered their main city of Iman and one of their initial towns where they began their ventures in Western under attack from an entity called the Choma Conclave, a collection of allied chromatic dragons, extremely powerful, ancient across the board it seems, just wreaking havoc across all of Taldore. They managed to save a few allies, make a few current tenuous relationships with the Clasp, and moved all of the refugees that they had been keeping within Greyskull Keep to Whitestone to keep them safe for the time being, as that town has seemingly been passed over by the dragons that are still heading east across the continent. After that, the party made their way to Vasselheim. Vasselheim, the distant city known as the Cradle of Faith, the oldest living beacon of civilization in the world that is currently known. And after making their way there, the party made their way into the Guild of the Slayer's Take, where they had previously signed on after a trial and are members of, to seek more allies throughout the city of Vasselheim in hopes of preparing themselves to retake Iman and possibly Taldori some point in the near future. So that is where we left off. So, as you guys have spent some time resting within the actual... Oh my god, whispers going around over here already. Getting started.
Do you want to say?
Uh,
No.
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 Okay, keep on. No, then keep on.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill you first.
Two can play that game. So, as you guys take a little bit of time kind of getting reacquainted with the guild hall, the Slayer's Take, setting your stuff down that you need to prepare for a short period of time staying in the city or longer if need be. You ran briefly into Merton, Sundry, the husband of Vanessa, who's the hunt master of the entire guild, and had a brief conversation with Aldor, who was beating Torbeer at cards.
What a dick.
Love that guy.
He's a nice fella. So,
Not Torbeer. He's great.
He's all
there
right.
you go. Just not very good with dice. So, that being the case, what would you guys like to do at this point in time?
I don't know. I'm just asking you guys.
So we slept and we woke up.
You just arrived now. It's midday-ish at this point. Early morning to midday.
Yeah, we slept at the Slayer's Take. We talked to Aldor for a minute, right?
We haven't slept. You've arrived. It's like morning, midday
Oh, we
now.
got here in the morning?
You've just
Yeah.
situated
Oh, that's
yourselves
right, that's
in
right.
the
Thank
guild.
you.
Yeah, you had an evening's rest before you came
Oh,
here.
Yeah.
we got situated.
But you still
Right.
had. But you have.
Oh, yeah.
You have used your 7th level spell to get
Yes.
here. So.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So what is the plan?
Is there one?
I'm, at this point, just prepared for some decompression of some kind. It's been... No one can be expected to move at the speeds we've been moving at for the past week. Perhaps grab an early morning drink and find out how much news has actually reached this town about what's happening out in the world right now.
That's a good idea, Percy.
We need to find Lady Kima.
That's actually an even better idea.
That is a fantastic idea.
Perhaps she will go to breakfast.
She's at the Temple of Bahamut?
Yes.
That sounds right.
Yes.
Percy,
Yes.
can I just remind you, for no other reason than to be helpful to you in the game and no other reason, that the black powder salesman lives here too. I'm just throwing it out there. You might need some supplies.
It's interesting because I sleep at night and these voices from nowhere consistently remind me that there's a black powder merchant
Yeah.
in
What
this.
game are you talking about, though? We don't have time for games.
Games he
we have
plays
there
with
are
friends.
dragons that need dealing
You're
with.
right.
Can't
You're
we?
right. How
I
silly.
think I know the voices you speak.
It's
of.
just,
Stick
they
to
plague me.
music, please. We don't need games.
Kima, I think, is an excellent idea.
Kima
Yes.
is great.
Last I heard, Victor was blown apart.
We also need. Oh.
No, you don't know. It's,
We
That wasn't
also
canon.
need supplies.
Oh yes, hell yes. I don't have anything.
We need lots of potions, health potions.
Yeah,
I
but
have a
they
feeling
sell
we-
those here?
I don't think
They sell health potions here.
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
Do.
Well,
You've
it
purchased
was-
them in the past.
Yeah,
they
they
have?
sell them here.
I remember that's where Grog
Yeah,
did his
they're rules,
fantastic bartering skills last time. to acquire a few potions.
I'm an investment banker.
Ah, that's right. Oh, that merchant might be here still.
Well,
There's so many things to catch up on.
I mean, we can also talk to the Slayer's Take as well. Ideally,
Well,
we're
we're
here
here,
for
yeah,
their
we're gonna
services
do that.
and have their resources.
We're just
as
waiting
well.
for Vanessa and Zara
Well, if they
to get back from their hunt. Am I right?
Yeah.
Who?
Vanessa and
Oh,
Zara.
the wife.
Yes.
The wife.
yeah, Merkel's wife.
We
Merkel.
never met.
Merkel.
Zara.
Merton.
I'm trying to be nice.
I met Zara.
I met Zara.
I didn't meet Zara.
No.
No, you didn't.
I heard about her.
She's got a tail.
She's quite wonderful.
She's very powerful.
She's actually related to, well, Percy. You would know.
She's related to Percy? I don't see the
No,
resemblance.
she's related to Lilith. They are related. That is true. So, our friend from previously.
Yes, our friend.
Yes, our friend.
From previously.
Good friend.
Yes.
Let's with that, let's find Kima perhaps. That would be I think that's
think it's
the
a wonderful
best
plan.
course of action.
Okay, so you guys are gonna head towards the.
Do you think Kima wants to go potion shopping? Maybe we should go get some shit and then see Kima? I think Kima would be a little impatient.
That may actually be a good
All right, all right, all right, all right.
Let's
buy
just go
some
shopping.
like really fast.
Really
Yeah.
Fast
Just
shopping.
healing potions. I
There's
don't-
dragons in the world. We don't have time.
Can you
to
slam
shop.
down an hourglass for shopping?
Consider.
Sister,
Yes?
dear, how much coin do we have at the moment?
Well, not a ton.
How many Pop Tarts do
Is
we
that
have?
including
We have a lot of Pop Tarts, but
including the
not
money that my
very
sister
many
lent us?
gold pieces.
In the party, if anyone's holding coin, because I don't have much at all, I don't need much, but we do need healing potions.
I have enough
I've got a
in the
lot.
party funds to buy some healing potions, so I think
Is that including what we got from my sister?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
excellent.
Okay. All right.
Let's buy some potions.
You're in charge. Let's go.
All right, as you guys head towards the front door of the Slayer's Take Guild Hall, you're but feet from it before the door slams open as the cold winter wind comes pouring in.
Oh, that's right.
There, standing in the doorway, you see the outer frame of a strong female form, dark brownish black leathers. You can see kind of tousled dark hair, piercing pupilless eyes, and there stands Huntmaster Vanessa clutching a bag that's seemingly dampened at its base in her right hand as she steps into the main foyer, kind of looking about all of you gathered at the front area and goes, "Well, isn't this a nice surprise in the middle of the morning?
welcome back.
Pleasure to see you all. Hold on. The rest of you, inside where it's warmer." And as she steps inside, you see two individuals step out of the shadows behind her. One of which is another tiefling female, white hair, red skin, and another individual familiar to some of you, human, short, brown shoulder-length hair, a series of scars across his arm, carrying a shield and spear, as Kashaw and Zara come in accompanying.
It's alright, isn't it?
Look what the bear brought in. Hello, darling.
Where do I go?
Yes.
Going right here.
I go over.
Go right here.
He's going right here.
Oh, he's going here.
Let me sneak through here.
Sneak it.
Sneak.
Oh, sneak it. Oh, God.
Oh,
He does
God.
that, don't worry.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you're here.
Have you gotten bigger?
Yeah.
You've gotten bigger.
Thank you. I've been lifting lots of horses and
Have you?
mules and stuff.
Oh my goodness. Hello, darling.
Oh, God. It's good to see you, too.
How have things
This is
been?
a difficult
Yeah, no, keep going.
chair to get into.
Once you're in, you're stuck.
Hello.
Hello.
You said your name was Kashaw?
It's Cashaw.
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 Like cash.
Who are most of
I like it.
you?
Kashaw.
Cashaw.
Hi.
How are you?
It's Kashaw.
What, what are you doing here?
This is kind of where I live. What are you doing here?
Just, you know, rolling through, passing by. Not much.
Okay, who are...
Cash, is that?
This is
this is
her,
the-
Z.
Is that what?
This is the
Yeah,
guy.
Bex,
This
Bex,
is the
come here.
guy.
Bex, 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 Bex.
What?
I just push Bex out of the way.
You called me over to push me.
Yes.
You're Vex.
I am Vex.
Oh, thank the
See?
gods. Yeah,
Yes.
he said you
See?
guys looked very similar, and thankfully
do.
it's not too much. Or
Yes,
I
you
felt
do
bad
look
for
very similar.
Yes.
Does that mean you're
He's my twin brother.
It's so lovely to meet you. I whack him with my tail.
You are,
She does that.
are impressive.
You are a big. I recognize you.
You
Wait
do?
a second. I won 75 gold pieces at the Crucible when I bet on Kern the Hammer.
You did! That was money well spent, my friend.
Thank you for that night, by the way.
You're very welcome. These are my lackeys. I have a band of, wandering.
He doesn't realize
you
you
bet
bet against him.
He
That's
doesn't-
all right.
He doesn't know.
I
what
would
we're
not
lacking.
bring. Good to see you again. I wouldn't bring that up.
It was a wonderful fight. Did you see it?
It was.
good to
God,
see
you
you,
see
Dick.
me powerbomb him at the
Lovely
end?
to see you.
How's it been?
Well, it was.
It's been a complicated month. We'll get into it.
How are the weapons
Actually-
holding up?
Quite well. Liquefied, but mostly
How are you?
Dropped in
functioning.
an acid.
Hello, I don't know
Oh,
if we met.
crazy. So many things
Signed by
happened.
Musa Kowalski, the Rill of the Third. And you are?
What? Confused. Could you say it again?
Just call me Percy.
Okay.
Hello.
Kashovesh. Pleasure.
I'm Scanlan Shorthall.
How are you?
Yes,
Pleasure.
it's nice to meet you. I've heard many a tale of your wit and bravery.
That Kasha. Oh!
Yes,
that
that guy.
Yes, of course.
Oh my god,
And
it's
Zara.
so exciting. We've heard so many things about you, Cash.
Hopefully all good. Thank you. Is he choking?
He does that
And
very
you must
small
be
esophagus.
Zara.
I am.
Hi.
And you are Keelan.
That's
Is that
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi.
You are beautiful, aren't you? Sorry. Yeah.
I told her.
Yes.
At which point Vanessa kind of groans, staring at this.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I hope this has worked out well for all of you. I, however, have a bit of business of ours to finish, okay?
Yes, we do.
Hey, what's in that bag?
Yeah, what'd you catch?
She walks up to the table where Merton's standing, and kind of reaches out to greet her with arms, extended, and he just kind of throws it into his arm. He catches it, pulls it open, and you see within there's a head of what looks like a humanoid head, but the skin is kind of grayish and featureless. The eyes are just kind of whitish and milky. What hair is there in wisps is kind of white in color. Go ahead. See, who here is trained in Arcana?
Me.
I think I am.
I am.
Go ahead. Well, you know what this is.
You already
Yes,
found.
I already know.
Go ahead and roll Arcana.
Why don't we just ask you then?
21.
21. This is the head of a doppelganger. This is a creature that spends a lot of its time infiltrating societies or being able to take the form and shape of other individuals to assume their position, to take their wealth, to do all sorts of sometimes interesting or dastardly things. This one's tongue is...
Yeah.
It's a shapeshifter?
Yep.
What can you do with the head?
Well, turn it in for the money it's worth. Spread the change and forget about it.
How do you know when you have one?
It's true.
Yeah, what was it posing as?
And hadn't at that point, don't you just already have one at that point?
Well, this is for me to worry about.
Oh, well.
Not for you to care.
Vanessa, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Do you ever hunt creatures just, because they're evil and they're killing people?
Generally, somebody will eventually be paying for such a creature to be hunted, so I do not feel necessity to do it without...
What if lots of people are dying and then you might be at risk as well?
Then I think it should be very easy to convince someone to pay for it.
Okay.
What if the cost is the end of the world?
Well, I imagine that would be quite a terrible thing.
Sure.
Yes.
That's what we're looking at here.
Really?
Okay, so
No point beating around the
Vasselheim
bush.
is kind of unaware of what's going on, but a lot of cities have been destroyed.
Cities? Multiple cities have been destroyed?
cities.
Iman is
Iman was
destroyed.
the first one hit.
Iman was
Western
destroyed.
It's
is
gone?
Well, it's still there technically, just kind of crumbled.
And flat.
And under rule by an ancient red dragon.
So much has changed since Lilith was there.
So much.
Quite a
How
bit.
did this happen?
He escaped. He'd been trapped in the fire plane, and
We're not entirely sure what happened, but he escaped the fire plane, has somehow created a coalition of chromatic dragons, and they are ravaging the countryside.
yes, which is very strange.
What color?
How many?
How many?
Red,
Were there
white,
5?
green, black. Blue was one of them at a time.
At a time.
Yeah,
They
it's a
call
lot.
themselves the Choma Conclave.
Eight of them.
Choma Conclave. There were 8 of them.
Yeah, there's 8.
There's 4 of them. There was 4 of them.
No, you don't double them
It's not
by
every
city.
finger.
It's just one city.
It's just
no,
one-
never mind. Just one
just
dragon.
4 of
1,
them.
3, 5, 8.
8 of them.
That's right, no, he's
there were
right.
8.
Wow. Right.
Vanessa's crossed her arms and kind of thinks for a second. She goes, if what you say is true, this is very unfortunate. And a bit larger than what our simple guild could even hope to really have an impact. This would be something to take to the various temples, or
Yes, and we plan on it, but we know that the Slayer's Take is full of very strong, very qualified fighters, and we were hoping to have you at our side as well.
well, let me put it this way. If what you say is true, multiple, incredibly powerful ancient dragons roaming and destroying, this is not something you can just throw yourself at until eventually one or the other falls. You have to find a weakness. You have to find a way to be on their level. Ask around. See what other allies you can find.
Yes.
A metallic dragon.
They aren't quite as
What you say is
Temple of Bahamut.
correct. These are the first moments after us finding out. This is a first step. But being members here and seeing what your people can do. I know this is just a first step, and we're about to enter Vasselheim proper, but
It should speak pretty loudly that we came to you first. That's how much we trust you.
can we count on you?
I am Huntmaster of the Slayer's Take. I deal in contracts, I deal in business, I deal in the hunting of relatively unorganized creatures. This is beyond me. That is not to say I would not be willing to help, but there are many things to consider first. Perhaps you should speak with Osisa.
What? Who?
Osisa.
Osisa?
She is
The
this
Sphinx.
Yes.
our patron of Ayun.
Okay.
She would have a better mind for this than me. This
How
is,
do we talk to her?
Well, same like we did last time.
Yes.
Follow me.
Before we go, I believe we have a little settling up to do.
I'm cold and I still haven't been paid.
Doppelganger.
My apologies. Merton, and he's over there. He's currently putting the head into a small case and he's closing it up. And he goes, not to worry. I'd be more than happy to get this for you. And he leaves for a second, comes back, looks at the contact, reads a couple things, pulls out a large chest and begins divvying up coin and throws a satchel to each of you that contains, for both of you, divided for this contract, that would come to 2,250 gold pieces.
2,250.
Pleasure as always.
You?
They have more than we do.
No, they don't.
Thank you very much.
Of course, that's what I'm here for.
It was an interesting challenge. Thank you. We had a rather good time with that one.
Interesting trying to track it down, that's for
Yeah.
damn sure.
What was it hiding at, by the way?
A plethora of different entities and beings. It was running around town, changing at will.
Isn't that kind of like that Rakshasa you were talking about?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
It
actually.
does sound familiar. That was interesting and bloody.
Yep.
Oh.
Regardless.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yes. Thank
It's
you.
very well. And she begins walking further to the back of the guild hall, where you come to the same doorway that you previously entered with her before. The chains in the side. That sets up a large slab that leads to a staircase that leads to the subterranean area right beneath the Slayer's Take. And you may have noticed it previously, but there is a structure above where the subterranean area is, behind the Slayer's Take. It's looks like a very simple temple. You haven't really gone into it, but as you step down into this dark area underneath, you can see the sconces kind of lighting along with you as you step into this dark cavern. As it opens up once again, you can see the remnants of this kind of hidden temple to Ayun, the goddess of knowledge. And what's curious about this temple is Ayun is a goddess of knowledge and openness. One of her main astute pushes is the fact that knowledge is to be shared and spread. So it's just curious to see that something of hers is kind of hidden. There's probably a purpose to that. Pushing up the steps again, Vanessa puts her hand up and tells you all to stop and calls out again. Osisa, I apologize to bother you, but we have a predicament that I believe requires your attention. This moment passes where once again you hear the low, rumbling growl in the shadows. You hear slams of giant footfalls across stone as what little bit of light torches begin to spark to life around the top of this this platform, this stone platform. And at the very top of this staircase that leads to the top of where this platform ends, you can see standing above it a very large female sphinx with a lion body, a female head adorned with golden jewels around the neck, eyes that are kind of light sky blue and white in color. Proud as these giant griffin-like wings kind of stretch out, and the entity kind of comes to rest at the top, paws folded over the edge. Yes, I recall. So what do you need of me?
Well,
Yeah, go for it, Bex.
your help, potentially. The world is under attack.
The head kind of sinks for a moment. I've been watching. By the Hearthstone, not but this past day, I've been keeping tabs in hopes that such a cataclysm would not find its way to my mate, and has not. So, being aware of this, what do you ask?
Well, is there anything that you know of that could help us defeat these ancient beings?
She kind of thinks for a second, steps up, and closes her eyes. As her muscles tense, her eyes open again, that color flashing with this kind of luminescent blue color. And her voice falls even deeper into her register and almost has this monotone, informative projection that says, "The vestiges of divergence. Relics wielded when the gods walked and fought alongside their creations." The light fades from the eyes for a second, and she catches herself and steps back.
Vestiges, is that close?
May I ask, what are the vestiges of divergence?
She kind of shakes her head. I am a channel for this knowledge, but best I can understand, they are old relics of the War of the Divergence, leading into the Penance, the Second Spark. These were armaments, objects of great power that were used in these wars against the gods, good and dark. Many have been buried, entombed, lost, forgotten. The few that are recovered are passed on through bloodlines, through symbols of power and of seats of great political importance. But the actual information is lost to me.
Do you know of any one in particular?
She concentrates for a second. Not within my field of vision. Objects of this powerful enchantment are also prone to want to keep themselves hidden.
That's convenient.
Political.
Oh, Sisa. If you are aware of this knowledge, then you know that Vasselheim is one of the only remaining cities still left standing. Are there any other services you can offer to help us fight this?
The danger that you run here is that Vasselheim has stood the test of time and survived two possible ends of civilization as we know it. But it has survived both of these events because those who guard it stayed to guard it. You may be hard-pressed to convince others to step beyond the walls, knowing that such a danger could use that to their advantage and destroy the greatest city that we know of. You are welcome to ask, but it will be a difficult journey. What I can offer, though, my mate is a keeper of much hidden knowledge over on his side of Taldore. I may be able to send you to him to seek this information.
Much hidden knowledge.
About these vestiges, perhaps?
Does he serve your same god? Or another?
I am one of the chosen of Ayun. He does not serve her directly.
Information is welcome, and we are thankful. And we have been impressed by your wisdom. Very much so. The people you employ are chosen very carefully and very well, and we all have been impressed. In addition to information, you provide a service with the Slayer's Take to Vasselheim. Do you have any interest in spreading that influence to Iman, if we can save it?
Her large paws cross once again, and she looks at you with a stern expression. There is great danger and darkness in this world, and there are many fools that stand up in hopes that they could keep it at bay. If we were to lend our power to you, I would ask that you prove yourselves the ones that could carry this torch.
How so?
Perhaps find these relics. Gather other allies. Prove to me that I would not be sending my people to their doom. Then return. Perhaps then, when you think you are ready, we could lend our guild to your service.
Right.
And where does your partner reside?
She closes her eyes and concentrates for a moment. South of the Frostweald. The mountain range that guards it. Her eyes open again. Understand that it is our nature to present challenges. Part of his journey to seek him is to find him yourself.
Right.
That is the first step.
Does he have a name?
It is his name to give.
One small question, Osisa, I'm sorry.
No.
You served the goddess of knowledge, of openness.
And she steps back, and you could see the crystal sphere, the heartstone that she once helped you look through before to look about the world, kind of glows beneath, kind of framing light under her form. Yes.
Does that mean you would know anything of the god of secrets? Vecna.
As you say that name, she snarls. It would do you right to not mention that name in this place.
I apologize.
Yes, I know of him.
His touch has been felt in the north.
Very close to here, actually. Would you know of a way to rid ourselves of his weapon, of his tool?
If I did, we would have done so long ago. This creature is one of the few entities that shrouds my vision. The limits of our sight, of the things we seek to discover and unveil, are constantly balked at the veil of darkness he throws over the world. He may have been held at bay, Many thought destroyed hundreds of years ago, but no, he stays. And he squeezes a stranglehold on everything we seek to accomplish.
Well, then allow us to do you a service. We have had dealings with his underlings. We have knowledge, which we freely give. Freely, if it does anything to help our case. Winning your aid. And we will seek your partner, and we will find your partner. We're not trying to score points, we are trying to do right. Percival.
What do you know?
Dark creatures attempted to, as best that we can surmise, open a gate beneath the castle of White Stone.
White Stone. And she steps back for a second. Her eyes flare up with energy again, and you can see the Heartstone embedded in the floor of the stone glow even brighter and brighter as she puts her paws on the side and peers into it.
Awesome.
She begins to mutter beneath her breath. I can see the snowy north of Taldore. Castle. Beneath. One of our corrupted temples, forgotten long ago.
One of your temples?
The ziggurats were not of his construction. But he took them. Her eyes kind of wince for a moment. Her head turns for a minute, her kind of vision and face staring in the distance. I look out to follow the anger, the swath of death and hatred. Those who took him on. They draw my gaze. Something is happening.
Right now?
What do you see?
The path to Western. Eastward.
What's east of Western? Where's the map?
Part smoldering and left behind, the path continues over the Lucidian Ocean. Eastward beyond the shores of Wildmount. Her head looks up, still staring off into the distance. Into the Dreamoth Ravine. I see the floating islands of Draconia falling. Crumbling. Gone. An army sundered. People ruined. The Conclave sated returns towards your land once more. You can see blood pouring out of one of her nostrils now. The light dulls in her eyes, and the Heartstone fades for a moment, and she kind of gathers herself. I peered too far beyond the veil that contains me. I'm sorry. She plops down and is kind of breathing a little heavy.
Can I heal you?
And she kind of takes a few steps down, the steps towards you. Brother Kasha, it would be appreciated.
Puts his hand around the medallion, closes his eyes, puts his hand out, touches her.
Thank you. And she steps up and bows her head to you. She steps to the top of the temple once again. I have seen this darkness you speak of under Whitestone. And I shall speak out to our brethren of Ayun in hopes of discovering the nature of this shadow. I'm sorry, I must rest.
Of course.
We thank you for your time. We are your willing allies.
Return when you've proven yourself.
We shall.
And you think this conclave could possibly be felt beneath your weapons and might and will. She whips around the wings, whoosh, as the torches atop the temple flare out, and you can see just the edge of Osisa's form as she dives into the shadow to the back of the temple. You can hear the impact of giant footfalls against sand, and then silence.
Zara,
Yes.
you said we shall. Do you? Have we convinced you?
Knowing that there were 4 dragons, at least.
At least.
4 to 8 dragons, according to Grog. Out there. And after our dealings with Rhymefang, I cannot let this go. You know I cannot, Cash.
Z, this is fucking happy fun bunch over here.
No,
I mean, they bring death with them everywhere they go. This isn't our fight.
not all of them.
I don't kill very much at all.
Good to know.
Didn't you kill the king of what?
Except for kings. All right.
I feel like we just had a third-party perspective.
Yeah, I mean, she gave us a lot to sphinx about, so we just...
Wow.
No.
It's nice to know Burt Reynolds is still around.
There's a very slow clap echoing into the cavern as Vanessa goes. And to think, I might have briefly missed you.
We should leave the temple.
Wait,
Madison,
did
quit
she
while we're
not
ahead.
just tell us that she could possibly send us to her partner? But
She's
no.
told us where he is,
She
and
told
we
us
have to
where-
find
yeah,
him.
that's-
Oh, we have to make our way there.
Then no,
Yes.
you have to find the no-name guy who's gonna help you find the stuff that's hidden that nobody knows
I
where
thought
it is
we
or
were
what
finding
it
the
is.
stuff that's hidden while we were finding the no-name.
No, I thought the
No,
no-name
the
guy...
no-name
We need to
guy
go and
is-
find her mate. He who is not named.
Yes.
As long as it's not
He will
convoluted.
give us his
He
name.
is south of the Frostweald in the mountains.
I hate to say this,
Yes.
but
Speak freely.
Please.
so these vestiges are ancient, right? Spread across the land. Wasn't Tiberius looking for a bunch of objects of magic that his people had sent him to find? Perhaps that's the reason Draconia was hit. Maybe they were trying to hide these items.
It's possible.
That's
But
a
he
big
was
what
looking
if.
for items that have been hidden. That
Do you really
Tiberius.
think
I mean, there's
the
dragons.
mending wheel, though,
Yeah.
would help us against
I don't know.
Fordak?
I feel like we'll know if it's an ancient vestige of
This is good.
Diverges.
This is a path for us to walk.
Wait, so Draconia is gone.
diverges.
Is that my understanding?
Yeah, well, most likely, yes.
Yes.
What else is left?
Vasselheim,
Vasselheim.
Whitestone,
Zara, Cash.
potentially Singhorn, even though it's hidden.
Well, we can
Have
either
you all
stay
been-
here or we can.
They're opting out of the conversation.
Have either of you been near Pyra in the mountains east of here? Have any of you been where the Firashari reside?
I have not.
No. We're going to have to make our way there eventually.
A lot to do.
It's a lot to do.
Maybe we should split up into 8 groups.
Actually, 11 groups.
That would be
everything done
12.
far more quickly.
How many is that, Grog?
4.
Well,
Do we know how far away the Frostweald is from here?
The Frostweald is back in...
By Westron.
It's south of Westron.
Like where we
of a
started,
bitch.
right? Like
Yeah.
Stillbend.
that
right?
was where you got the heart of the nymph.
That's not far from the Arashari, correct?
Do you think
No,
she's still
it's
there,
not.
Grog?
Oh yeah, trust me, when you have grog, you never leave.
Yeah, that's the expression. I'm pretty sure
That's
that's the
the-
Yeah.
expression.
In a bog.
we need to find Kima. We need to go to the Temple of Bahamut.
Yes,
we need
you're
to
right. Yes.
talk
The-
to people that are capable of helping us.
We need Kima. Potions first. I don't want to bore Kima, then Kima.
Potions.
Yes?
Kima.
Hey, does the Slayers take half potions we can just, have? Don't they have like a supply room?
Vanessa.
It would be welcome.
As you're saying this, it's like... We have things we can provide as
Oh,
you are
good.
members.
Yes,
Mind you, not
yes.
extremely active members as of late, but.
But we will be. Think
we're gonna-
about the giant amount of claws and teeth and
We're
eyeballs
about
and
to
leather
get
wings and
really
scales.
fucking active.
We're gonna be so fucking
Think
rich.
of the armor
The
I could
activist.
forge you from a red
In dragon
dragon's.
parts.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. With the gold.
Can I give advantage if I go like this the whole time?
What's your disadvantage?
Oh, how about 12?
She goes. Yes, I'll provide you with what we can. Come with me.
Thank you.
bar.
Glad she likes
No,
it.
I think I could have gotten something really badass from her if I'd have rolled better.
So you guys step up, you lead back into the Slayer's Take Guild Hall. She snaps to Merton, whispers something in his ear, and he comes out and offers a small chest to you guys that contains 2 potions of healing and 1 potion of greater healing.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I was just wondering.
Who needs who's
Oh,
got
good.
'em?
2 potions.
Let's get
No, 2 potions.
Vanessa.
3,
It's
technically.
It's welcome. It's very welcome. Which way's the potion shop from here?
Go to the Quadroads.
Quadrants.
Quadrants,
Of course.
yes.
Oh, we know that.
We haven't been here
In quite a while.
As you know.
in a bit.
Afraid your symbols might be getting dusty.
Grog, you don't have any potions left.
No, I got like 3 potions.
Who doesn't have any potions left?
None.
I never take them.
None.
Okay.
I have a couple.
Hey, I'm squishy as hell. Can I have
You-
one?
You get the greater one.
Yeah.
You get one, and you get one.
All right.
May I speak with Vanessa very
quite well.
quickly?
Zara, what can I do for you?
Cash, come with.
Cash walks over with her.
Vanessa, we've done many jobs together. And I think we've been very loyal to you. We've brought in a lot of money for you. My only request is there anything extra? Are there any spare potions? Any amulets of protection? Anything? You know this is going to come to us.
And there is a lot of great money that you've made that could pay for these things.
But her voice is so
I've
deep.
given you already more than I needed to. You can afford it. If you were broke and asking me, maybe I'd be happy to ask, but I just paid you quite a sum of money.
I know you did.
I feel like I'm being taken advantage of.
No, no, no,
That's
no,
not
no.
what
This
we
is
mean.
something...
You know that. Come on.
I don't know that
Give us
at
free
all.
stuff.
I meant no offense whatsoever. I mean you no offense.
And none is taken. However, I would say there is business to be had deeper in the city. If you wish potions, there are those to purchase them. I've already given you what I have and what you've earned.
We thank you for that.
Very well.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Vanessa, hey, I'm not asking anything. We're gonna get you into a mom. That's a promise.
I look forward to you coming back and proving me wrong.
We're gonna double your fucking business.
I'm gonna bring you so many scales. You just wait.
I've never heard this before. I've never been disappointed by it
Roll for
either.
persuasion.
In all sincerity,
Leave.
the gnome speaks because I do not have to. But no, good luck, and don't stay too far. Stay safe, please. I put a lot of faith in you.
Shall we ask Merton?
Yeah.
All right, to the potion shop, to the
The
quad
potion-
roads.
Wait! Oh, wait! Wait! One thing. I know we're going.
Mirrors.
No!
I attempt to read lips.
Is Lyra around anywhere?
As you say that, you hear a voice in the back and go, "What is she?" You see Aldor at the back table is already like up with his bag, like ready to run. Like, Aldor, sit down. It's okay. Not at the moment. She's currently helping her uncle.
At the place where he is.
In town?
Where we got the
In
horses.
town? Yes,
Where the place where we got a lot of stuff.
We got the horses last time.
The ambassador.
Cool. Thank you.
As they're leaving, can Cash pull Zara aside really quickly? Are you going with them? Seriously?
What do you want to do? Do you want to stay here while the world burns?
Yes.
Why?
Because we're here. It's warm. We make money.
Not if nothing's left to protect. Not if there are no monsters left. If these things get out, if they spread their fire across the globe, what's left for us?
If any of the monsters we missed went out and spread, the world's always ending, baby.
You just took out Draconia, darling. All of it. Gone.
I'll follow you anywhere. You know that.
I know. And I'll follow you.
Tell me what you want to do and I'm there.
For a while.
Let's go.
If we don't like it, we'll leave. If we find something better,
We'll leave.
we'll leave.
Okay. Leave half the gold here. They don't need to know everything that we have, right?
Fuck that.
Alright. Well,
We might need it.
then hide half the gold.
All right.
I don't trust the twins like as far as I can throw it.
Well,
I can read your fucking lips.
And apparently she reads lips.
oh yes, I forgot that. All right. She knows how much we have. We're going for a while.
Was I wrong, by the way? You see how hot Keyleth is?
Yeah, she's fucking hot.
That's what I was saying. Alright, let's go. We'll shake
All
it
right,
off.
we'll
and
talk
go.
later.
All right.
We're so
I need
nice.
to go get a
So nice.
What the fuck is that about?
All right, so you guys head out of the Slayer's Take Guild Hall into Vasselheim, which is now a little more bustling than it was when you arrived. It's about midday. The sun is still not visible. There's enough cloud cover where you can see where it would be in the sky, but it's still pretty gray. No rain, and there is still, relatively recent snow that covers most of the city streets. Some of it's been pushed to the side to make walkways easier, but it's been snowing here in the winter rather often, as you two are both very aware. So, what is the, you have multiple things. You want to go to the potion shop, there's the Platinum Sanctuary, I think last time you mentioned the Trial Forge.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
Potions.
Potions first.
All right, so you make your way to the Quad Roads.
Can I pull him aside as we're walking there?
Yeah.
And just ask. So, wait, I have this. I thought you were interested in Keyleth. Am I wrong? I mean, you're interested in Keyleth, right? I mean, I know you don't want to tell me. I know you don't tell me anything like this. But is it kind of weird that he's here?
No, he's fine.
He's
And I
fine.
am.
Okay. That's what I thought. Should I take him out?
No. No.
Because I can.
No, he's
Destroy him.
useful. And I don't hold anything against him, and she's... Why wouldn't he want her? Of course he does.
Yes. This
fine.
is so fucking beautiful. I get it.
Well, so are you, but what the fuck am I gonna do with that? Jeez, you're fucking weird. And I walk off.
Now we're getting somewhere.
All right, heading back to the center of the Quad Roads. You guys have been here before. This is where the center of the city's trade happens. It is a major. Imagine like the central Abadar's Promenade of Amon, as it once was, but condensed, and it is just hovels and tents and all these open shops that are just crammed into this heavy space. It looks kind of like the what's it from Hellboy 2? The you know the
Sorry,
Go
what?
on.
Underground mall.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just wall to wall buildings, but people, not weird creatures.
Aw.
People shouting. People are. Let me get some proper audio for this one because I can do that. It's great. fresh. Exactly. So as you guys are walking around, you eventually find your way up to the same area where you found the potion keeper before, and you can see him there. He's wearing what looks like a kind of an open red vest that falls to the ground behind him. Arms are revealed. He has these thick bracers on that are like really finely scrolled with brass. He's got a fine Van Dyke beard going on now, and he's currently speaking with someone off to the side, and it's like, yes, of course, I'd be more than happy to. Yes. You! I remember you! Oh, it's been quite some time.
You!
Step on over here, sir. I would love
Push
nothing more.
Grog out of the way.
Oh, hey, oh,
You.
Yes, can I help you?
Sneaky Mother. Is he the one?
What?
Is he the one that haggled with you? The one that you traded all
I got a really great deal.
You got a fantastic
You
deal.
are blowing
Yeah.
my cover.
A customer.
What are
I'm
you
sorry, is
doing?
there a problem?
No problem at all. You'll be doing business with me. Just sit back, love, and watch the pro work.
Oh,
Have we all walked into the store?
He's a cart. He's a stupid cart salesman.
We're all going to learn something very valuable right now.
Look, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of these twats below me need healing potions, whatever. Do you have anything like that on you?
oh, do I? Do not worry, sir. Hold on just a moment. He disappears into this small kind of
Tina?
tent opening behind him.
Hold person or something to shut him up.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, but we don't have that much gold.
We don't
do
have
we?
anything.
I've got 6,500 gold to spend, and I mean to spend quite a bit of it.
My ears! You hear from inside the tent as he comes out with this long, very, very well-carved wooden kind of, looks like a test tube set almost, but they're all various potions of different sizes and colors, and he sets it down and... So, potions of healing, you say. And he pulls out a few here. This here I have, 2 superior healing potions.
Nice.
3 greater healing potions, and 10 regular potions of healing at your disposal, should you require them. Yes.
No.
Grog, what about this? You are really strong and really good at killing things, and my left, nut still has a dent in it. You are really fucking strong.
Yeah.
You are the best there is at what you do.
And by far a handsome and intelligent salesman.
Please shut up. My sister is very good at... Do you know what math is?
Mathis?
Vexalia is very good at...
I don't even want to deal with this.
She is an excellent shopper. I'm telling you, you know how you take things skulls and turn them into like raspberry jam?
Yeah, like a paste.
Yeah, that's what she does with money. And I'm just saying, we've had our differences, but I know you're stronger than me, and I'm saying as strong as you are, that's as good as she is with shiny.
And yet she was so abrasive when she arrived.
I say shut up.
Shiny.
Yeah.
You're lucky I don't.
So,
Trinket,
we can keep more shiny.
have you seen my pet bear?
Trinket stumbles in from
Quite
your side.
adorable.
All right, you
He
make a
loves
good point.
potion sets.
You know, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but I'm actually the current reigning champion of the Crucible. And with that title comes many things like people that manage your shinies. I would like to introduce you to my shiny manager, Vex.
Buckle up,
This
my
one,
friend.
really?
Why was he holding your nut?
No pressure now,
There was a little bit of pressure.
like at all.
Yeah, I didn't really hold it, it was like
Look.
a flick.
Yeah.
I'm willing to trade you some very powerful magical items for some schmeasly little potions
Huh?
that heal people.
How many do you like? What do you want? What are you
I want them
seeking?
all. How much?
All of them?
Bulk.
Well then, let me do my math here. And you kind of look through it. All right.
A lot of potions. Do we really
By the
need
way, but as you're adding that up, I'd like to say you should tread lightly, or I'm going to tell Vanessa, and you'll have trouble getting anything from the take ever again.
The take? Are you with the take?
Oh,
Oh,
did you
yes,
not
yes,
see these amazing?
That's right, we get union discounts.
Yes, there is indeed a discount with the
Yes.
take. They've been
I like you more and more, Kashaw, every
Great.
time you speak.
Well done.
most
people
in the
do.
past, yes.
Ask Keela.
So, with friendship discount, you told us up a bit here.
I walk outside.
Yeah,
And I-
too much magic. I know.
That would be 6,500 gold pieces for
I'm
the
sorry,
lot.
how much?
6,500 gold
Oh,
pieces
okay.
for the lot, with the discount.
Right.
So
with the
coincidental.
discount.
That's
What
crazy.
if-
exactly what Grog offered him.
That's what I have.
How about instead of that, I trade you?
7,000.
Thank you, Grog.
Oh.
Stick to the killing. These magical
Sorry.
items, and I pull out the knickknacks that I took from I don't fucking know where. It's knickknacks, but they're magic.
Knick-knack a candy bar.
Vex, no, you can't possibly trade that. It's too valuable. What are you doing?
Well, I know, but I mean, where else are we going to find a vendor?
Those are the knickknacks of Ka.
I know. And they're
Sounds
quite
neat.
valuable, but
Taken
he
from
said
the paddywhack pencils.
6,600 and we know this will cover that.
I can't.
Felt it.
Please, sir, please don't take advantage of us by taking these things from us. They're too valuable. Please, I beg of you.
What have you pulled out?
The knickknacks of Car.
The knickknacks of Car? No, not the knickknacks of Car.
Let me see.
Now I'm doubting. No, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't trade these.
Put them away. Put them away.
I don't understand. I thought they were just like little nothing things.
Make a deception check.
Grog,
I'd
I
say.
have a flask.
I'd say, you know what? If you wanted to,
Oh, do I like to?
Assisting?
you can assist on this. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I'll take some too as well.
What is the assist?
That gives you advantage in the roll.
Oh wait, I don't get to roll.
Huh?
I don't get to roll anymore.
No, it just gives you.
27.
That was a really good roll. God damn, that was good.
He goes. No. Put them on the table, please. I would like to have a look, just in cases.
Grog, make
I'll
sure
put
no one
one
is
of them
watching.
down so that
As she places it down, can I
Don't-
do like a little
don't.
gust cantrip and do a little poof of air around it?
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check.
Fuck.
Oh man, all the time, Keyleth.
I know. Oh, that's good though. That's good. I'm good. Hang on. Let me make sure I do it. Sleight of hand. 18.
Okay. As you sit down, this little like all the dust on the front, a little bit of like the dampness is just.
I take my hand away, trembling like I don't want to give it up.
He goes, pulls out a little glass eyepiece and specs. And the craftsmanship is decent.
And as he's doing this, I cast thaumaturgy and cause the table to start vibrating underneath.
No, are you gonna have to guess that?
What are the components on that?
It's just I can cause minor tremors.
On the spell, what are the standard components?
Knickknacks.
Knickknacks is
Paddywhacks.
probably the
Paddywhacks.
components.
V.
Knickknacks.
I've never seen them.
Components is V.
Visual, yeah. So you don't have to actually do anything to it. So yeah,
Yes.
it just happens.
Yeah.
Why do you
Yeah, let me double check and see if.
Why not? Is the question I would ask.
Really quickly, while the thaumaturgy is happening, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion. Let's just go for it.
What is happening right now?
We're stacking the deck, man. We're stacking it.
And
Any one of
That's
these
a lot
could
of
fail.
times somebody could fail
going to
at
make
something.
But if they all succeed, it's gonna be dope.
the image of a beautiful woman briefly appear in the reflection of the objects and then vanish.
Ooh.
Just a
That's pretty
gleam.
fucking
That's hot.
cool.
That's hot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If it works.
Okay.
That's good.
I need you to
Not
make
as beautiful
You
as-
need to make a sleight of hand check. 'Cause this
I
does
need to make a
require
sleight of hand
somatic
check?
components.
Don't you
Yes.
fucking fail at this.
He's gonna fail.
You're not gonna fail.
Roll that
You're not gonna
snitch.
fail.
Natural 20.
No, but it is a 19.
Yeah, gang.
Okay.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
So,
Vox Machina.
so you sit down. Which one are the knickknacks now? You've set them.
Just one of them.
Which one?
Nick.
Are you asking me as Matt?
Are these things that you pulled out of the?
She puts down Nick and holds Knack.
There you go.
You literally said I gathered up a bunch of knickknacks worth 750 gold.
Oh, from that. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about like the cheese set and the dominoes. And
No,
things
no,
you-
no. Literal
No.
shitty ass knickknacks.
Gotcha.
No, we wouldn't be handing
This
that
is
shit over
like,
like that.
I'm sorry, I
this
misunderstood.
is like Matryoshka nesting dolls.
so yeah. well,
Fabergé eggs.
from an airport.
yeah.
Some serious shit.
So what this is
Holiday
it's like a really really intricate inkwell that has been like made out of gold and bronze. It's stuff you'd find in a sky mall essentially.
Right.
The pocket fisherman.
Really good job.
This is Sting from Lord of the Rings.
The one ring to rule them all.
That bass is singing.
$300.
$300 on a chain.
I said I wouldn't.
All right, so as the gust of wind fades, the table begins to shake, and he glances in across the outside of this inkwell amongst a bunch of other kind of just random knickknacks strewn about around it. He looks at it for a second. There's a flash in his eyes. And he goes, These seem fair enough. I would say include these in the transaction. I'd be willing to drop the cost by about 500 gold pieces. Putting it at even 6,000.
Darling, I snatch it away and say,
No.
do you have any idea how much these are worth?
I do, actually. I'm quite the appraiser. I'm in my business.
I know when somebody's trying to swindle me, darling.
Well, then, step away. You don't need my business, obviously. Is this how your shiny manager deals with your
Tell
shinies?
you what,
Or would
take
you wish to deal with a man face to
2,000
face?
2,000 off your asking price, and we have a deal.
That is ridiculous. No.
How's your family?
What does that mean?
Just curious how everybody's doing. Everybody healthy, happy?
Yeah, they well. In one piece.
Have you seen your wife?
Make an intimidation check. With advantage because
What is happening?
What is happening?
20? Is that what
yeah.
Potion.
Just roll d20 twice and take the higher of the two.
Okay.
Add your intimidation.
And roll again.
Oh.
Please roll again.
Yay!
19. Wait, no. Plus
Oh, I'm
intimidation.
sorry.
Intimidation?
Plus into 18.
No. Oh, yeah, 18.
Oh,
-1 intimidation.
He's a human
in a
cleric.
game. What
I'm
a
doing my best.
novelty.
He goes, they're fine. Quite fine. Yes. 1,000 gold off the asking price?
2,000 gold off the asking price.
No, that's ridiculous. It's not even. What are you?
Dear.
Have you heard him talk about paste?
You. 1,300 off the asking price.
I
Nothing
take
more. Nothing
one
more.
of my daggers and looking at him, I stick it in Grog's arm and I drag it down and I never take my eyes off him.
Neither do I.
He has a lip collection.
He's looking like over you guys now towards the thoroughfare.
Looking for gods.
t-
Okay.
Could perhaps
Keep your
Wait.
voice down.
I would need
There's no magic here, friend.
1,500 off the asking price.
Seems
And you
fair.
have a deal.
That seems fair.
Completely fair.
5,000 gold, knickknacks, and we're all good. Yes.
I'll give the dog
Yes.
a bone.
All right, here
5,000
you
gold.
are. Please now. It would be wondrous after we complete this transaction that we never meet again.
Oh dear. I'm afraid I've already hunter's marked you.
I don't even know what that means. And there's a person waiting behind you is like, excuse me, this we're closed.
Oh, right, of course, yes. Let me just count up this little amount right here.
Cash, Zara, you should probably contribute.
Should not count that.
No, that's all right, dear. 5,000 gold.
You don't think I can get to
Thank you.
5,000 faster than
Oh,
you can?
and here, these very
Gonna have to
valuable.
be more persuasive than that.
1, 3, 5,000.
Good day.
Sorry, love.
Good day.
It's been a pleasure.
I druid craft a little tulip and give it to her.
To him.
Him.
Her now.
Wow. Cash does have an effect, doesn't he?
Debatable.
He takes it confused and goes,
Thank you.
Wait, what potions did we just take?
you grab the potions that are on the table they push towards you. There is one superior healing, two.
Wait, you said there was 2 superior.
1 superior, 2 greater, and
And
10
3 or
Yes. One superior, 2 greater, 10 regular.
numbers.
That's a good amount.
That's a
pretty
great
good.
amount.
Pretty good.
I didn't realize there was 10 in there.
yeah, that's a lot.
That's
a
dope.
lot.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, cool.
And we only had to threaten a shopkeeper with bodily harm to
The
him.
first time I've ever intimidated anybody in my life. It was fun. That was fun, I have to admit.
You guys,
Lay a hand on it.
That
I'm
was
sorry,
fun,
but
though.
we make a pretty good team.
That wasn't
right
bad.
now. This is
I
really
can get
awesome.
used to
I
that.
know, this-
Not that it's like not for nothing.
No.
But will you take this fucking dagger out my arm?
This is me.
Oh,
Terrible
yeah.
influence.
I
Can,
cast,
might
I
be a
cast
bad
cure wounds
No,
on
it means
Grog.
you're a good influence.
Okay.
We're a terrible
Heal that.
influence on
It
you.
only,
That's
it only would have
true.
done like
No,
2
that's
points of
true.
damage to you,
Yeah.
so that
That's
would have
it?
healed it with 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mark that off.
Because I could have healed him.
Vex.
Like a
X
mosquito
already got
bite.
there.
Yeah.
He said 2 superior.
He did say 2 superior. I knew he said 2 superior.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Did you see that?
I
You were
chased
on it.
after him.
I'm coming too.
No! 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 No, this
So you
is a
come
downward
into the
spiral.
tent after him?
No, it's brilliant.
Okay.
Let it play.
Actually,
Let it play.
dear, I believe you left one of the potions off the table.
He turns around. The superior potions are 5,000 gold apiece baseline.
But you said you had 2 superior, and you said all the potions for the amount we said.
I said all the ones I had placed on the table before you.
Ah, there's so much blood on this fucking dagger. Ugh.
Are you going back on your word?
You've made a grand deal with what we said. If you continue to push this, I'm afraid I'm going to have to get the guards.
Yeah. Superior, superior.
My
Leave
guess
it.
is he couldn't get to the front of the tent by the time we got to him. But that's up to you. We're just guests here.
No, it's alright. I know they're expensive. And we've already taken enough advantage.
Yeah, if they're what they say they are. No!
That's what I do.
Cross your fingers.
Hope he didn't
Can
pee
I,
in those bottles.
sniff and make sure it's actually a real potion that he gave us? Did he give us fucking fake potions?
You can go back and take a moment and
Okay.
sniff. Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Is it like watered down gasoline?
Make a perception check.
23.
Take uncork it and kind of sniff.
Rogues, man.
Yeah, it's a very familiar pungent,
All right.
herbal smell of
Watered down
potions
gasoline.
used in the past. Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
We did very well, and there are other things that we should think about purchasing.
You're right.
That lady
Do you
was
need
the worst.
ammunition?
That lady's the worst.
Since
We
we're in
need to
town,
get
like
gunpowder.
I could use a bit of a top up just because who knows when the next time we're going to be
You mean
in this direction.
In
To
our
a pub?
gasoline?
No, let's go to
Well,
the
that too.
gunpowder. Let's get you some.
Gunpowder.
And perhaps, considering that we're going to be very mobile, a map would not be
Oh, right.
the worst
So,
purchase.
Do we have a map that's
I
like
thought we had
half
a good map of the
of
world.
the world?
You have a fair map of Taldore, and you have what is a basic layout of the continents.
Don't we have a map
Can I go
maker?
running?
We do have a map maker. Wasn't he here, or was he in
No, he's
Milan?
here.
Yeah, you met Tyriok here.
Tyriok. Yeah.
Glasses.
Though you haven't seen him, and he mentioned to you previously, he's currently traveling to finish his.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. We
So
caught him in the
cursed.
tavern, correct?
Yes.
But don't you think the Slayers take one? Should I run back and talk to Vanessa?
Vanessa
She's
has
not-
to have.
She's
map
got
somewhere.
to have one somewhere.
She's never lost.
You
so
just
she's
need
gotta know
a
where she's
basic
going.
map of Vasselheim. Is that what you're
It
speaking
would not
of?
be a terrible thing to have, considering we're going to be traveling.
Of Vasselheim or of
the
Continent.
the continent?
Althanzia is the like the larger
She might
country
not
centered
have
around
the
it. The continent is Isilra. But Isilra is it's a very large continent, and it's almost like the equivalent of
Iceland.
like Asia and Russia, like that whole. portion.
Oof.
It's a very wide, and a lot of it's very just wild and untamed land wilderness.
Well, let me top up a bit on what I need. So
Okay.
that will be.
Go for it.
Well, I'll need you as well because you hold the purse strings.
Who's got the potions? Who's got the potions?
He's got
I have the
potions.
potion.
Can you
have
divvy those
potions?
out, please?
I'm so fast, but I'm really weak. Can I have another one?
I already gave you a great
I know you did, but I get fucked up really easily. Could I have another one?
wait, how many people are there? 8 of us.
Yeah.
So there was
I
a few
give-
regulars, yeah?
Just another one more.
Yeah. I'll give you 2 normies.
Normies?
Thank you.
And everybody else gets a normie as well.
I'll take a normie.
Oh, really?
Right.
Thank you.
Who gets the
Watch
soup
me not use this.
and the grate?
Who's our weakest people? Yeah, you're pretty weak. take a greater, Scanlan.
Yes.
The 2 poor decision makers, I imagine.
Yes. And actually,
What's
it should
that,
probably
smoke man?
go to. It should probably go to other greater.
One
Grog,
big
do you want the
inappropriate
other
decision as
greater?
opposed to a series
Sure,
of
yeah.
small battles.
Yeah, take the other
I am
greater.
a
No,
great
it seems like a
lifeguard.
series along with one big
I don't know.
I
bad
cop to
one.
it.
And then I have
Sure,
one
kind
superior.
of.
How many points does that superior?
A superior
Like 1,000.
heals
About
8d4 plus 8.
That's low.
8
That's
people
not that
plus
many. It's
That's a lot.
5,000 gold. for
Yeah,
that?
That'd
no,
be 72
no. Healing
points
potions
at
are
five.
like generally a ripoff.
What a waste.
I know. Because the
Oh
greater
my
ones
god, I just buy healing to save my life. It's such a waste. Oh my god, there's like a whole trade of really talented magical practitioners that spend their time crafting and brewing up these potions
What's
for
this
hopes they can
character
save your
called?
life
What's
in
this
the
character
future.
called?
It's true. I did buy a book
Called
to
the
learn
Inner
alchemy,
Voice.
and I just haven't had time to do
It's a
any.
great read, trust me.
The alchemy book. Yes.
Are we fucking buying anything else, or what are we doing now?
Black powder.
He needs the bang.
You need to
bang.
go powder. Let's go to the bang
get
bang
some powder.
man.
Let's go get to some
boomstick
black
needs
powder
the
and
boom.
whatever else.
Boomstick needs the bang.
While they're buying powder, I'm gonna go get a fucking drink somewhere.
Oh,
We'll
hey!
meet you at the pub.
I'll go with Scanlan and Grog.
I'm gonna go with the pub as well.
Drink.
Okay.
No, you need to
We'll be at the
I
Midnight
really
Breath
want to
pub.
see. I want to
Alrighty.
see. We need a map.
Go
though.
join a drink.
I think I want to take care of finding a map.
Okay, I'm still gonna go to the pub.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah,
should.
you are,
yes,
you bad,
definitely.
intimidating
Far away,
motherfucker.
Okay.
Felt good.
It was good.
I don't know. You can go to the Midnight
To
Breath.
the Abundant Terrace area.
Yep.
I'll see you in a bit.
We close?
Okay. Are you coming to the pub?
No, I'm gonna help. No, I'll see you in a bit.
I'll take care of it. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Dagon is the owner.
Correct, yes. There's, the 2 taverns you've been to is that and the Bellows Respite Inn, which is in the Braving Grounds. So yeah, you can go to either one of those.
Grog, would you rather go to the one near the Braving Grounds?
Yeah, sure.
Or this one?
It's up to you.
Don't start any fights. We have a dragon to kill.
Come on, shot caller, pick one.
Yeah, but whatever's closer.
We might have time for a fight.
Closer would technically be the Bellows Respite. That's also where the Crucible was, like
Let's
the one
go.
on the outside of it.
Better ale.
Totally.
All right.
Old stomping grounds, Grog.
All right, so you guys go get drinks. Who's
Just
going?
agree.
If you guys are kind of shopping, if you're going to get,
Good.
I think Vex and I are going, and are you coming as well?
I was going to go back to how far are we from the Slayer's Sake, and is there any other place in town that I personally would know of after being here for about 3 months to find a map?
You could go back and just ask the Slayer's Take. They have basic maps of the nearby countryside. So a lot of the contracts require you to travel, across this this side of Alphansia. So yeah, you go back and you talk to Vanessa and you procure one of the maps that are usually supplied during the
All right,
mission.
and then I'm going to the bar to get a fucking drink.
Yes, you are.
All right, so most of them are drinking. Vex and Percival you guys are all heading actually in the same area to the Braving Grounds outside of the Trial Forge, since that's where the bar is, and that's also where Victor's little powder-covered hovel is.
Bring him out. Bring him out.
So, as you approach the same area, you can see that the building, same as it was before, other than it's missing half a roof. Where it appears
a bit low on powder.
It appears to be haphazardly covered with a series of boards that were just kind of nailed to keep things closed. But there is definitely, with the snow and the rain, it's probably not the best place to be staying or living.
I'm going to remove my coat, as I've learned.
Yes.
Do we have a trinket with us?
Yes, of course.
I'm going to put my coat on trinket for a moment, just to keep it clean.
A walking coat rack. That's what a trinket is.
See, that's not a good idea.
They're trying to get the coat off.
Thank you, trinket. Hello?
I feed Trinket a chocolate.
Here's some rattling, some movement, and you hear the shattering of glass on the inside. You hear
Victor, are you in there?
Just a moment! Suddenly the door whoosh slams open, and there before you see Victor, half covered in soot, has a big old thick pair of glasses on his face, one of which is cracked. You can see his chin now has this kind of puffed out, partially burnt and curled bit of a goatee at the very tip of his chin. And he kind of looks up at you with these giant eyes that are, projected and magnified by his eyewear. And goes, "Can I help you?"
Yes, it's Percival. Do you remember me?
No!
Excellent. I was hoping to procure some black powder again. We made a deal last time. Yes. Do I have to? Okay.
Turns around and heads back inside.
I'm going to stand out here. With
That's quite wise. Please keep my jacket clean.
So, as you enter, indeed, a good half of the roof is missing, and you can see now a lot of the things have been moved away because currently there is just a pile of burnt and destroyed wood splinters that are also soaked through, and there's a little bit of kind of mold and rot and mildew that is kind of gathered in that far corner as well from the weather.
I'm going to stand over here and fail to stay in character, okay?
You should roll for that. You're looking well.
Mostly. And he turns around and you can see now what you failed to notice when you first noticed is that where once there was 5, there is now 3 fingers.
Oh, yes. No, he has character progression.
What will he do?
That's impressive.
Learn from my mistakes.
Can learn 3 more times easily.
I can. 3 more. Yes. And he wanders off and starts rummaging through a bunch of stuff. He's kind of
Victor, I was hoping you would have some black powder for sale.
I'm on it! Hold on! And he whips around with this this kind of metallic cylinder that is like very well sealed. And he's like, see, I learned from my mistakes.
That's very impressive.
Oh. And he walks very carefully, like very gingerly, placing it on the table. Oh, okay. Carefully. He pulls out like a small torch.
have to unseal the metal.
Let's not do that! And I make a quick, and I'm just going to try and bap the thing down as quickly as I can.
Okay. You smack it out of his hand.
I trust you implicitly.
He goes,
It's coffee. Black powder.
I think you've had enough. I'll have I'm going to smell the coffee, and it's really coffee?
Yeah.
It's kind of coffee. That's,
Sorry, trying to host. It's been a while since I've had a guest. What? Would you like some?
Just one spoonful will be quite.
And he goes over to a small kettle and begins straining it through, and he's kind of making his own little coffee on the side.
So, real black powder. Wait! I do know you.
Yes.
You purchased before.
I have.
Return customer. Not many of those.
Not many. Have there been others?
He pours a couple of cups for you, pulls it over to you.
One. Months ago.
Really? Who would?
Nice woman. Long, good outfit, well dressed.
Excellent. She didn't happen to say where she was going, did she, by any chance?
No. Weeks, not months. Time, strange.
Weeks? Very good to know. Thank you, that's so helpful. Did you talk about anything else with this nice young woman at all?
No, she paid well.
I'm sure she did.
Kept her distance.
I'm sure she did as well. That's, I'm curious, how have your own experiments been going? Going well? Been, yes. You should get that looked at some point. Three more.
Possible.
Three.
Yes. So any black powder that you have, I would be happy to
Yes.
help you pay for a new roof, maybe.
Oh, I have to fix that.
You do. Money can help.
Explains the cold.
He just smears black right across the front of his face.
Doesn't it, though?
It's like gelled in with whatever, mucus had been kind of captured in there as well. It's just a streak
Oh,
across.
that's not a mustache. That's so...
Turns around, comes back, and he has these, he's now keeping, previously it was just kind of out in the open. He's learned his lesson. He has these glass vials, well, similar to what they put potions in, brew potions, but now he's filling them with powder. And he brings out about 4 of them, and he goes,
This is as much as I would spare. I already sold a lot recently to the lady. And I have my own tinkering to do. But if you wish to buy these,
yes,
I would be happy to sell.
That would be lovely.
Okay. Process of distilling, drying, preparing. 250 gold.
I think that's very fair.
Wondrous. Deal.
Vex,
Yes?
250 gold if you be so kind.
That much?
I'm going to make you something lovely.
I love you.
Well.
Hi.
Hi. I give the money to Percy to give to him.
And I hand it out. Victoria.
Would you like some coffee?
Victor! Thank you. You're so kind. And if you would be so lovely as to not mention us to my friend if she should happen back.
50 gold.
Oh, shit.
Tell you what, Victor.
Oh.
I don't think you want to tell her anything.
make a persuasion roll.
All you need is a 5.
Oh, wait. 12.
Given the circumstances, it's a really low TC on this. So I'm glad this is the one you rolled 12 on. You guys,
For you? I saw nothing.
I love you, darling.
Caps it and like quickly grabs like a glass vial and kind of like pretends to put it and caps it up.
Keep it safe, dear.
Until we meet again, all of us, until we all meet again. Always a pleasure. Keep safe and
Yes.
Stay certain.
keep safe.
Will you?
Yes.
Bye. Waves with his 3 fingers.
I'm going again!
If I may.
Yeah.
So good.
You're welcome, Internet.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
All right.
Hire that fucking fool.
This is so cool.
So the rest of you find your way back at the Bellows Respite Inn with the rest of the party drinking.
Hey! Hey! How'd it go?
Wait. Okay.
Wow, you've been drinking.
Grog.
Yep.
Grog.
Yep.
First time I ever saw you,
Yep.
you were fighting the hammer? Who are you fighting?
Yep. Hammer.
You were fighting the hammer. So I went away and I made you a hammer. And I'm gonna give you the hammer.
You made me a hammer?
I did, that's what I do. I like to forge things.
I think it's
Really?
just a cocktail.
I do.
She's nice.
So I made
She
you a
don't drink very
hammer.
much.
Not very
That
much at
is
all.
amazing. I love hammers.
And I put my crest on it. It's a moon. It's a full moon.
You said she was lush.
Is it-
You didn't say she was a
Is it like a moon hammer?
Does she
It's
have
a
a
lovely
thing for
moon hammer.
giants?
I
She
want
has
you
a
to
thing for
have it.
drinking,
We
apparently.
can have it.
It's alright.
You should have it.
See, you
Where
gotta
is it?
slow down.
No, never.
We
You
have to
don't-
catch up.
you don't
after
have it
that.
now?
That's probably
Exactly.
more appropriate.
I'll get it before we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go and I sit next to Kasha.
Keek.
What?
How many of those have you had?
What?
Less than 5?
2 or 3.
2, 3.
Enough to where it's fun.
It's blurry. You should join us. You all have to catch up. Come on.
Come on.
Drink. Life has been hard. Come on.
Come on, Bert.
As the barkeep comes by, human gentleman you recognized before is Once Lucky Ned, who had originally given you some information. The town comes by and puts the drinks down. I thought it was you! Philip! It's good to see you.
No, it was Philip before, and now it's Grog.
Oh, he beat the name out of you.
Yeah,
That's
no,
hard.
No, that was the first time, and then I came back and won my vengeance, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I want to be known as... Oh, let's see.
Grog, yeah. Grog,
I got you.
Grog.
Grog the Philip is in town. Should anyone wish to take the title of the Crucible, this would be the one to talk to. And he walks off.
That's right.
Whenever our faces turn, and go back
Is
to
Zara
drinking.
the only one that claps? Please
Zara's
tell me
Oh, Z.
Shut up, Cash.
I have missed you guys. I've never met you, but I've missed you guys.
I've missed you.
I think we need to catch up a bit.
She is
You
snobbing,
too.
y'all.
Vex, let's all have a toast to the inevitability of the universe. Please, a cheer.
Which one of us was that?
Vex and
What?
back.
You said
Vex and
Vax?
Vax. We are having a toast to the
A
inevitability of the
toast?
cosmos.
We're toasting? At a time like this?
We are.
Look, there's
Ah.
never
there a
not a good time to
Better
toast.
time to toast than when the world's gonna end?
Exactly.
We're about
The world-
to
the
lose
world is not
everything. We
going
might
to
as well
end yet.
celebrate what we've got.
I
Yeah.
toast to celebrating the end of the world with the best friends
No,
I could
here.
possibly have.
And
I
us.
have
these
I have
guys.
something to say to
Oh,
this.
Percy,
What?
by all
I
means.
have something to say.
All
to this.
right, come on,
Percy.
Percy, come on.
When one is born into gentry, one is born with an innate sense of destiny. An innate sense that the world is moving in a direction.
Fuck the dragons!
We have been given a direction to move to actually defeat our foes. We have been given a sign. We have been given something to move for. There is an inevitability to the goodness of the universe. and I, for one,
Inevitability.
I agree.
Cheers to it.
There is something to fight for,
Fuck
damn
the
it.
dragons!
Fuck the dragon.
Fuck the
It's
dragon.
fighting for something more than just money.
Inevitability.
I would rather
But
be
money
with
helps.
you all than the finest people in the world.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Yes.
Because God knows I'm not the
Inevitability.
finest.
Yes,
When you
cheers.
find them, let us know.
I agree with you. The inevitability of the universe.
There's an inevitability.
Problem
way-
is the inevitability is that it's always shit.
They're stones thrown in the river. They're
That
stones
is
that are
such
thrown
a
upon the
terrible
river,
way to
but
look
the
at
river
things.
always moves.
It's true, but you're not talking about the fish that's killed
Can
by
I
the
go
stone.
up and
that's
find
thrown
the
in
body?
No, that rots in
Yeah.
there. We're the fish.
Once Lucky Ned is there,
More
cleaning
like
up, too.
Pushaw.
There he is.
Yeah. So remember, right? It's just grog. It's not like grog the Philip. It's just grog.
Oh, scampish.
Right.
My apologies.
No, it's all right. It's okay. So does
Scamp-
Earthbreaker Gru? Does he ever come in here? Big guy, muscly, long
Oh, I
arms.
know of him, but he doesn't come in and drink, no. Spends most of his days over there in that big Trial Forge temple to cool.
Ice cream.
He never comes out.
I mean, he wanders the city on occasion, but he's one of them, how do I put it? Meditative types.
Meditative.
Yes.
I heard ice cream.
Spends a lot of time thinking. Sleeping while standing up. It's weird.
Well, I don't understand. How do you do that?
I have to ask him.
Meditative.
Yes.
Beating of the minds.
All right.
Beating of the minds.
I mean, does he like? All right. Thank you.
No worries. I mean, if I recall, he actually came and saw your last bout.
Yeah, he did. I wanted to like go see him, but I don't know anything about meditativeness. Still like sleeping,
Go on
standing up.
over to the Trial Forge. He's seen you once, maybe he'll say hello again.
Yeah.
Well, what shall I like? Bring him a gift?
No, fuck
I
somebody up.
don't know. I never talked to him.
Is anybody here, like, in the room right now behind me? Are they go, like, present at the Trial Forge very often? That don't be so obvious.
No clue.
All right. And I'll flip him a silver.
Oh, that's like half a penny.
No, that's still copper.
That'll buy you
We're
a
just
stick of
talking.
gun.
All right.
What is it, like noon right now?
Yeah, it's like
Day drinking.
well, no, it's probably about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Cash and I just got back from the frickin' and it's time to drinking.
We haven't even eaten yet.
True. I lost a fourth of my civilization.
That is funny. That is funny.
That went dark.
Wow.
I raised the bottom of Keyleth's glass and just keep
Oh.
it going.
It's always good to drink your casual.
Should we
cleaning
find
my coat from last time.
Should we find Kima next, or should we spend the day here?
Oh, that's right. We still had work to
Well,
do.
we do have some very inebriated.
Yeah, I think we've accidentally gotten
I could just
shit-faced.
walk and not do
So
anything.
maybe we
Yeah, no, she can manage.
would...
Maybe if we hang here long
I sober
enough,
up very quickly, actually.
Kima will show up.
No, we're drunk. Here's what we should do.
I'm not drunk.
You ready?
I'm not.
Everybody
Drunk
else.
either.
We should go watch Grog fight.
What?
There are dragons in the world right now, and we're fighting. We're going to watch a
We need.
fight?
Listen to me. We need Kima with us, but Kima doesn't have time for fucking drunkards, and you might not be, but some of us are a little drunk.
Yeah.
So while that is going on, we wait a day, right? And while that day is going on, we watch Grog pummel some person's face in. I
Plus,
think.
when I was a little girl, we used to be taught that if you were ever lost in the forest, to just stay and hug a tree.
Think about
Don't
it.
hug him,
And someone
Keyleth.
will come and find you.
I like
okay?
this plan.
So if we stay in one place,
Good plan.
this ale
Yes.
is like our tree. Okay? We just hug the ale, and Kima will show up. That's my theory.
While this is happening, Vex, you glance over her shoulder to the entryway to this bar, and you see stepping in a familiar, burly-looking half-orc gentleman.
Damn it! I was hoping it was Kima.
No,
That would have been
He-
hilarious.
He walks in, like wiping his hands from, dirt from the mines. Stops, looks over at your table. Slowly backs out of the tavern and steps back out into the thoroughfare.
Hey, look at that guy who went out the door. He looked like the guy you fought in that ring.
Really?
That guy, yeah. Go get over. Do it again.
Hold on a second. I'll run out the door. I'll just run after him, just out the door.
Yeah.
I was half expecting you to just
Make a
get up
perception
and-
check.
Oh, come on, Grog.
That's hard for me. 18.
18. You step out into the front of the tavern, and immediately to your left, you see him ducking into the alleyway by.
Wait! Kern! Kern! take off running after him.
Oh no.
Okay, you turn around the corner and you see him. His back is against the wall, and he has like sweat dripping down his brow, and he's like, as soon as he sees you, he goes,
funny anymore.
Hi.
Hey. Funny seeing you here.
I run up behind Grog.
Why are they acting like this?
Yeah. Things been good.
At this point, you
Did you guys date?
Awkward date ever. I was just saying.
he looks down and picks up. Someone goes,
Still a little sore.
Right? Yeah.
How about you?
Now, when I chew, my jaw goes to one side. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys all right then? Everything's fine.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go. Grab a drink.
So I meant to ask you, that like big, muscly, like long, stringy, white-haired guy that was watching our last fight.
Yeah, the Earthbreaker.
Yeah, who is he to you?
I mean, I've seen him around. Haven't really. I think I did talk to him once. I'll level with you. I went to him for a little trading after our first fight.
Yeah.
Says I'm a little too angry to pursue his path.
Angry?
I got a lot of pent-up rage the way I was raised.
Family issues? Tell me
Telling
about
me.
it. Yeah.
I mean, half my folks are bloodthirsty, wandering barbarians in the northern wastes.
No way.
Yeah. What, you think being half-orcs great? No, it's bullshit.
Oh no, you think Goliath is any better? It's the same fucking thing.
At least you're made for this weather. It's cold out here as well.
That's true, it is fucking cold.
Yeah, it is.
I can only imagine. I'm really sorry I took your lip off, by the way.
Sorry I took yours off too.
That's true. We might heal better.
Yeah.
Hey, so when you trained with him, because you were doing all that like yoga, Pilates stuff, did it help you out? Like,
well, obviously not really.
Right. What did he ask in exchange for the tutorial?
He didn't ask for any pay. He just
Oh God, what did he ask for?
No way.
he told me I had to
Pretty eyes.
had to help someone.
Had to help someone.
Had to test someone. He still hasn't given me the proper details yet and hasn't called in the dead, but he told me one day I was to help him test someone. And he trained me.
Like, in that trial forge, are there like more of him? Like a bunch of big, jacked out guys in there?
Not as big as him, no. But there's plenty of others that train under him. All sorts of warriors. Weapons of all kinds. It's Cord!
He looks over and you see in the distance the giant statue of Cord that sits atop the trial forge. He looks over and he kind of, with a look of reverence, gives a nod. And you can see that this man, a glimmer of faith in his eyes. He himself probably a follower of Cord as well. And he just goes,
He's a great man. I'm, of not the right temperament, it seems. But that's fine. These get me along okay.
Right. I won't take up too much more of your time, but if I could ask you one last thing. Like, aside from the Slayer's Take and the Trial Forge, if you had to find men-at-arms, men to attack a very large foe, possibly quite dangerous, where would you go?
Probably the Platinum Sanctuary. Between them and the Trial Forge, that's most of the actual army. And most of it's Trial Forge. It's part of what the Braving Grounds are about. They train the armies here. It's where they breed warriors.
Yeah.
Most of the bastions that look over the city are trained here, so it's, those are my best bets, at least. Not much of a political man.
Well, it's been good seeing you. No one hit quite as hard as you did.
You too. The medal was a joke. I was in a sore place. Literally. A very, very sore place. Just wanted to apologize for that. I should go. I'm gonna...
and he starts walking past you out into the main street.
Kern, poured strength to you, my friend.
Doesn't even look back. He just goes,
You too. And just keeps walking.
Wow.
Wow.
I'll go back to the tavern.
Okay.
Did you kill him, Grog?
Yep. There's like pieces of them all over the alley.
That's my boy.
Yeah, I like left nothing to find.
What?
It's great.
All right.
How?
I walked out and they were making out.
Shut the... It is not what we were doing.
Just mugging down in the alleyway.
Grog! I didn't know you swung that way.
It was interesting.
Swung what way?
Toward... Never mind.
Swing your axe.
Swing your axe, swing away.
Having a cup of coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, come on your way.
Thank you, John.
No man's, goes straight on. This is a little bit to the left, a little bit of...
Some men go straight
I go sit down next to Cash.
I sit down next to the other side of Cash in between him and Keelan.
I'm going to sit and watch right next to you.
All right.
I'm going to try not to throw
Another drink!
How about Keelan? Not another drink.
What?
How about you have some water, dear?
It's been a long few weeks.
Come here, Keyleth, darling. We'll get some coffee.
No coffee, thank you.
Excuse me, if I may. All I want to say to you is that you are a very impressive man. In many ways, you are handsome and capable.
Your eyes are two different colors, which is very interesting.
That's a little creepy, but other than that, you are very capable. First of all, I'm having trouble focusing, so if you could stop talking behind Cash.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Is he hitting on me? What's happening?
No. There's only one man for me.
What?
It's right over here.
Carry
All
on.
I'm saying is,
What man is
we
that?
could use your help. All right. I know you are a bit of a mercenary, but you are a very capable man, and there is a lot at stake. There is a lot at stake. There are dragons that killed. I'm not going to get into it, but I just implore you to look past yourself and please try to think of the greater world. I'm an admirer.
You've said several times that you're an admirer of mine.
Yeah.
That's very sweet.
Also, one last thing. You know what? Never mind. I don't want to talk about that. And then I wander off into the other side of the room.
I have literally no idea what just happened.
He's a complicated man. He goes to dark places.
Keyleth?
Kashaw.
Maybe you should go
Dark
see
in
what's
this
happening.
closet.
What? Maybe you should go see what is going on.
I was talking to
with
Zara.
my brother. Maybe you should go find out what's happening with my brother.
How do you get this closet door open? I can't get back
He's
out
stuck
of
in
here.
a closet.
It's all right. Girl talk. So, Keyleth.
What?
I heard a little. I wasn't sure, and then I saw you, and I thought, oh, all right. Well, yeah, all right. So, what? With the what happened?
I literally never even had this experience in high school. What's wrong with me?
Come on.
I don't know how to react to any of this.
What is high school?
Was,
Keyleth,
You and Cash.
she's talking about you kissing Cash.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
He told me. He told me a little bit.
Funny you mentioned that. Yeah,
Wasn't he a first kiss?
Do you like
Isn't
him?
that so wonderful?
I know it's wonderful. Do you like him?
Okay. I'm kind of new to all of this. I don't really know what's going on.
What, to talking? You're doing very well.
Thank you. I'm new to that as well.
No.
I'll give you a helpful hint.
Okay. Yes.
If you're interested in someone, make sure they know.
Oh.
And if you're not,
Yeah.
then stop fucking dragging them along, because it's not fair.
What if she doesn't know? What if she can't decide?
Oh, you think I'm dragging Cash along? Oh, no.
Sure, you're dragging Cash along.
I mean, he was just, I spent a day with him. It was just a day. And he was-
I can't get out of this closet.
Jesus.
Is he really, truly stuck in a closet right now?
Really stuck on the.
I tried
Oh my God.
I
I
thought he was a lockpick.
I go, I walk away.
I rolled a one.
This is literally the only thing Vax is good at. He really can't get out of the closet.
I just want to say I don't think the dragons stand a chance.
We've got them now. Not against the women here, that's for sure, ladies, right?
I can't get out of this closet as hard as I try.
Stop it.
Seriously though, I'm really confused.
I know. Don't hurt him. He's wonderful.
Cash? Okay.
He's wonderful.
Okay.
If you do. He's
My God, I love other people's problems.
This is amazing. Sorry about this, Cash.
No, this has been wonderful.
When our
I've
party
had men
gets-
and women telling me that I'm incredible.
Well,
You are very attractive.
That's wow. That's two.
I've just met you, and I don't know much about you, but are you more of a Vax man or a Vex man? Like, how do you roll? How do you...
I don't know what that means. What?
Would you be interested in the rogue or the ranger?
We're identical.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I don't know you
I get
from
no.
Adam.
I go taco, not hot dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love taco.
Wow.
High five it.
All right. Now I'm very uncomfortable.
Respect.
Great.
Respect.
Great.
Are we sober yet? Can we go find
Yes,
Kima?
we're sober.
I think we need to go to bed.
Yes.
Right
Let's
there.
get a break.
After a brief time of coffee and a bit of sobering, you find yourselves of sound enough mind.
17 hours later.
Meanwhile,
Coffee.
Metabolize things very quickly. You'll be surprised.
2 hours. So
Black
it's
powder
like
coffee.
about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'm
5
hammered.
o'clock?
4 o'clock.
4 or 5?
4 or 5 now. As you sobering up, the coffee's helped. You found yourself
Chicken
clear of
wings. We
mind
need to
to
remember not
continue
to
on to your intended events for the day. With that, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. We'll be back here.
the dragons don't stand a chance.
That was awesome. All right, guys, we'll see you here in a few minutes. Thank you.
That was great.
Oh, man.
Oh God.
Finally back from the moon. But more importantly, another Geek and Sundry game night is coming. That's right, on March 2nd from 6:30 to 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, over 50 stores across the country will be coming together to play wonderful games such as Steam Time, such as Witch and Wagers, and 3 Cheers for Master. Or as I like to say, 3 cheers from me. Hey! So visit geekandsundry.com in order to find a participating store near you. Also, March 2nd will be showing some very secret and unique changes to Geek and Sundry. Some so secret and unique and special that even I don't know about them. So anyway, I hope to see you then. Feel free to use the GNS Game Night hashtag, because if you do, the beautiful goddess of bounty will bring spring upon you in its full glory. Or we'll just retweet you. See you then!
I figure we should cover introductions since I'm introducing myself to you. Hi, I'm Amy. That was easy. But what if we weren't talking through space and time via the interwebs? In the past, a lady would be introduced at a social function by a man. You would just stand quietly and smile and curtsy like a tiny doll. But now, you wear pants. You got your voice back from Ursula. You can do this yourself. When introducing yourself by email to a stranger, keep it short. Hi Ursula, I'm Amy, and I recently saw you speak at the Under the Sea conference. It was a great chat, and I'd love to pick your brain about spells and potions. Follow us on Twitter and send us your questions via hashtag #SmartManners.
Hello, my name is Matthew Mercer. I'm a voice actor and the Dungeon Master for Geek and Sundry's Critical Role, and welcome to my fun little video series about tips and tricks for Game Masters and Dungeon Masters. Today, we're talking about social, non-combat encounters. I guess first to start with that, not all battles are fought with weapons. I think combat's great, it's a lot of fun, but there's a lot to be had in many games about social combat and the dynamics in how you deal with non-player characters in either a political or a tense social setting. First and foremost, creative ways you can incorporate this into your game. Social events like balls, or council meetings, or diplomatic missions, or consider spy games if you're playing like a heavy intrigue type RPG. interrogations, investigations. These are all things that are challenges and encounters in their own right. There just aren't hit points involved per se, and to hit modifiers. One thing you want to consider when you decide what type of non-combat social encounter it is, what is the overall goal of this social encounter? Be very clear with the players what they're supposed to be trying to achieve as part of this encounter. Otherwise, it can tend to meander a bit and get confusing. So as long as the NPCs that put them on this mission or the circumstances that lead them to this encounter is very clear as to what the goal is, that helps the players, number one, feel more comfortable in the environment. Two, helps that when they converse with NPCs and try and pry information or discover secrets, they know exactly what to look for and what not to say. And three, it helps your preparation be a little more direct, so you don't end up having to be a little too lost amongst 300 non-player characters that you weren't expecting to use. But in that note too, you definitely want to make sure that the NPCs that are involved in these encounters are pretty well fleshed out. You understand them, you know what their goals, their perspectives, their needs, their fears are, and what they're looking to get out of this and what they don't want to be found. So definitely flesh them out to a degree where you'd feel comfortable getting into a conversation with the player characters. Keep a list of key information that each NPC may know that pertains to this circumstance, and mark which NPCs are willing or unwilling to share this information. Some may want to sell the information at the right price, some might need less soft methods to get it out of them, but definitely keep note of kind of how important this information is to each NPC and how willing they are to give it up, per se. Also, if there are different factions involved in this social encounter, make sure that you note which NPCs are involved with which faction or which guild or whichever various political circles are involved in this encounter as well. It could be, especially if it's like a large gathering of different political avenues, those always go well. Those don't get weird or awkward at all. And that'll allow you to draw those lines socially, and the players can play sides if they want to, or play them against each other. It's kind of cool. You may even have players choose a side, or choose multiple sides if they're very careful and, aren't discovered as a double or triple or quadruple agent. That also always ends well, if Hollywood has taught me anything. Another thing to consider, raising the stakes. If you're in a party and you're just, talking, getting information, and you leave, you're like, we got the information, yay. That's fun, but it's kind of stagnant and stays kind of level. Find moments or points in the story where you can kind of up the ante and raise the tension. Things like imagine an NPC that you thought was dead suddenly shows up and you can't go and attack them immediately because you're in the middle of a very, very tense social environment. Or envision how someone who's at the party that had the information you're looking for suddenly disappears and they're found dead in one of the nearby rooms without a murder weapon, and now it turns into a classic whodunit, which is always fun no matter what genre or time period you're playing. And also consider how can these events and outcomes affect the world at large. These little conversations may have a very big impact on how the story and combat outside and for the rest of the story may happen and occur. So don't be afraid to think of the long-reaching kind of repercussions of how the players act in this environment. Stolen objects work well. Finding a hidden spy is always cool. Someone who's using information against the party that you discover. And once again, you have to find that fine line between sneaking off and doing dirty, dark stuff in a hallway and then have to act nice, James Bond style in the middle of the environment. It's always a fun dynamic. Also, there are other things you can incorporate in this that are non-combat based encounters, not just social encounters, but non-combat. Things like an infiltration and a theft, trying to steal something or an important object from a museum. That in itself may lead to battle, and many of these may still lead to battle, but it doesn't have to. And that's just a series of skill checks and challenges. You can put traps and dangers in the way, but it can feel as tense and as cool as battle without having to actually do battle. Also, things like running a gauntlet or having a contest of skill that the player has to go ahead and prove themselves to a certain faction. Those are cool challenges and encounters that don't necessarily involve combat or a mat or miniatures, but you can still build the same tension and the same stakes in those as well. But do keep in mind and be ready for it. Many social and non-combat encounters can very quickly become combat encounters. If player actions have taught me anything in previous games, you should know what I mean. So when you create one of these, definitely have in your back pocket some idea of how combat would work if a fight were to break out and who would be involved, just to be prepared, because it's probably going to happen. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been somewhat helpful or useful for your GMing and DMing pleasure. You can check out more episodes of this on geekandsundry.com, and I guess I'll see you guys soon in one way or the other. Welcome back, everyone. So, before we get back into this, a couple quick announcements. One, if we get to 15,000 subscribers tonight, tomorrow's crew will be celebrating 15K on a cosplay day. All of our crew are going to be dressing up as their favorite characters all night. So, you guys should go ahead and see if we can hit that number, because that would be awesome and hilarious and awesome.
I might have heard what some people are going to be dressing up as, and I'm very excited about it.
I heard a couple too. You guys would enjoy it, so make it happen, please. I want to see it. Also, a reminder that if you want to help support the channel, check out the Geek and Sundry Amazon wish list. You can find the list in chat if you type !wishlist there, and that'll give you access to it, and you can see if there's any way you want to help build the channel and make it more awesome. So, there's that. And Liam will join us when he can, but we're going to jump in for the time being. So, as you guys exit the tavern, you look out into the Braving Fields.
Suddenly remember, go back and open the closet.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we need to get the rogue out of the closet.
There he is. There is that, yeah.
Not a metaphor.
So, you're sitting in the center of the Braving Grounds. We traded a Liam for a Travis.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Grog, can you get the door open?
It's the front door to the pub.
It is open, darling. Come
so
on
we're going
out.
to Kima now, or are we going to go see Grog fight?
Oh,
Is Grog fighting?
There's to your left, around the Heaven Stair, the giant mountain that kind of bisects the northern portion of Vasselheim. Around that way, a little bit of travel, but you can that heads towards the Bahamut section of the city where the Platinum Sanctuary is. To your vision, immediately outside of the tavern, you can see the giant statue of Cord with the Trial Forges, and to the south of you is where the Quad Roads are in the southern regions. What do you guys want to do?
I don't really feel like fighting. I just wanted to go talk to Master Splinter of the Trial Forge.
Sure. All right, we can do that another day, maybe, or do you want to
Do you want to do
quickly
that before
stop
we
off
talk
now?
I'm not in a rush.
Should we go to the Platinum Sanctuary? Where Kima is, right?
Let's go talk to Kima.
Dragons.
Yeah, right now.
Dragons.
Yes.
Oh, should we wait until some people are more sober?
No, we'll be fine.
No, I'm all right. I'm
We
just
need to
coffee
walk
helps.
off,
The coffee helps. I'm all right.
Walking will help.
Walking and coffee.
Kima.
Kima.
Maybe we
Wow,
should
Darling, have some
they
water.
can wait outside or something.
But I miss Kima.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
It's so clear.
Now, it's been a few hours and you guys have had some coffee, so
All right.
you can you're still a little tipsy, but you're not useless. Put it nicely. All right, so where are you guys going? You're heading to
The Platinum
Sanctuary.
Platinum Sanctuary.
All right, you guys make your way south, kind of southwest, around the curvature of the base of the Heaven Stair, and you can see up along the mountain itself, large, ominous, this monolith of earth that looks over the entirety of Vasselheim. You can see embedded in the rock itself, there are various homesteads towards the base, and as you look up, you can see there's a number of stairways that just spiral around it in different directions. And you can see small cliffs and precipices that are built on the outside of it that look to be either various places of individual worship, where statues are just barely visible, cresting on the edge. There's a number of constructs just built into this mountain that are probably as old as the city itself. You make your way around the south portion of it back into the actual area of Vasselheim, the Silver Talon's Reach, which is where the largely Bahamut's worship occurs. You make your way past the scattered temples, all the different huts and hovels that kind of build the central kind of residential real estate of this territory, and there are a few homes here that look a bit like this town is built on existing in hardship and difficulty. So a lot of people here are just stern folk that live amongst terrible weather, and money and wealth isn't really presented or flaunted in this city. It's considered in very poor taste, as everyone here is, in some way, shape, or form, to some level, is pious to some degree to one of the deities that are worshipped here. You find your way to the base of the stair that you recall following when you first arrived here in Vasselheim, that leads up to the Platinum Sanctuary when you were delivering the Horn of Orcus.
Oh, that's
originally.
right.
You follow it up the side, and it is an extended staircase that curves up to these 3 silver spires that are pushing out from the side of the mountain quite a ways up. In about almost 20 minutes of stair climbing, your legs start to cramp a bit, but you manage to make your way towards the top. to the outside of the large stone doors. And there you can see there are two scale bearers of Vord in their silver armor, blue cloaks to their back, weapons at the ready, just looking out. And as soon as you guys approach the top of the stairway, they change their stance to be a little more prepared.
God, it's hard to do with alcohol in your system.
Hard to do.
Burn
at
it
all.
Burn it out.
A lot of horses and chickens around here too.
Said as well.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. I didn't know this was a farming industry.
Hello there.
Oh.
Excuse us.
Hello.
We are of the Slayer's Take. Is that a good thing?
Yes.
We are of the Slayer's Take, and we would ask for entry into your platinum temple.
Your business is with whom?
Lady Kima.
Turns, mentions, kind of nods to the other guy. They both grab these small handles and give like a tug, and the door opens slightly, and one of the guys disappears between the two doors. About 30 seconds pass to a minute. Bori steps back out.
Your presence has been accepted by the High Bearer Vord, the Silver Touched. He will greet you in the central chamber, please.
Thank you. How do we address him?
High Bearer should suffice.
All right.
Please enter.
Will Kima be there?
Doesn't answer. Doors open.
Hey.
Lighter.
We needed a longer walk. More stairs.
More stairs for this one.
So as you guys enter the chamber once more, this is close to where you flew in bird form and almost got arrested by the High Bearers.
Right, those guys.
So, as you enter the chamber, you can see a number of the guards have already assembled, and they're kind of giving you a walkway path, both as a presentory kind of, arrival vigil, but also making sure that you don't wander off the predestined path to the main central meeting chamber.
But it doesn't seem antagonistic in any way.
No, just they're protecting
Prepared.
their temple. Yeah.
We'll make it that.
Yeah, not yet anyway.
So, you guys continue inward towards the central chamber. The high stone ceiling before you. You can see there are holes carved throughout the ceiling in the stonework to cause beams of light to just come shooting through from the sky. What catches your interest in here is the sky is cloudy. There is no specific source of direct sunlight, yet there are beams of light within the temple itself that form a pattern across the kind of stone marble floor of this central chamber.
Can I do a nature check?
Certainly.
What's
See
the
if I can
pattern?
find-
What's the pattern look like?
The pattern resembles a large shield. If you look at it, it's pointed towards the base of where you guys are walking in, and it fills most of the chamber in an oval fashion before coming together in a line towards the back.
17.
17? Okay, this definitely isn't a natural occurrence. The sunlight should not be projected in this way, which leads you to believe that there is something about the temple's enchantment or its construction that can either dissipate the veil of clouds to the sunlight or produce their own light to mimic it during all hours.
Cool.
Do any of us recognize the symbol on the floor?
You've seen the shield itself is akin to the symbol of Bahamut, which is a shield with a silver dragon head on it. You've seen Kima use it previously when you guys were looking after her in the Underdark.
We never got that stuff back.
Her stuff?
Yeah.
So, as you guys push to the center chamber, you can see there's a line of 3 heavily armored knights of Bahamut that are all there, standing shields at the ready, these big tower shields that almost touch the ground, and they two of them separate to one side and one separates to the other, and in the center, arriving before you, is High Bearer Vord, the Silver Touched, who, for some of you seeing him for the first time, long, kind of light brown hair that cresses down past his shoulders. His features are very elven and very soft and ageless, but there is a kind of almost a bluish, very faint bluish hue to his skin, and his eyes have no irises, no pupils. Steps forward and extends his hands.
It is good to see such friends. So I ask you once again to join me in this chamber. Can I help you?
Yes.
You can, actually. Well, we hope that you can. As it concerns
dragon matters. We know that you serve Bahamut, the great, the wonderful, the very metallic, and these very terrible colored, chromatic, red, green, lots of different dragons. They've attacked.
How much do you know about the dragon attacks that have been raging across the world?
He kind of looks about the rest of you with a discerning glance, just kind of spending a beat on each of you, almost like you're being judged and read in that instant. You feel as if someone is prying into your personality with but a glance, and it's unsettling at first, but nothing too invasive, but just enough to catch you off guard. As he finishes the sweep of the party at hand, he says,
I was given a vision in the night of a far city of man swathed in ice and flame, of colors bonded and unleashed. And I feared it was the work of our Lord's nemesis.
The Lord's
Straight up nemesis?
Yes, can you elaborate?
puts his hand up.
Sorry.
However, with much prayer of mine and my acolytes, we find no tremor of the Dragon Queen, nor the stench of Bator on this business.
The stench of Queen?
Dragon Queen Bator? Is that what you said, Bator?
Bator. B-A-A-T-O-R.
Is the queen? I'm sorry. Are the queen and Bator the same?
Make a religion check.
All of us, or just?
All of you, sure.
Sure.
Why not? Who is this? Make a religion check.
Tiny.
Yeah.
10?
12. 15.
All right, I'll...
18.
24.
13.
13.
14. 24.
Okay. None of these ring a bell except for you, Kashaw. The Dragon Queen is indeed the nemesis of the Platinum Dragon Bahamut. It is an entity known as Tiamat, and is essentially the patron of most chromatic dragons. She resides in Bator, which is one of the 9 hells. However, it seems that Vord is speaking in a way that, through much disturbed interest and prayer into this matter, there doesn't seem to be the scent of Tiamat's doing in this matter. And strangely, you see a bit of the tension in his face relax as he tells you this.
So, if it's not the nemesis, the big nemesis, then, you guys could probably take out these dragons like no problem, since they're not the big bads, they're just really bad.
While these entities do concern us, there is the ultimate vow that we've spoken, and that is to protect Vasselheim. The city has stood as long as it has because we have not left our posts. And the moment that we would attempt to move even a minority of our people in the city to be of aid to you in this endeavor, this would be the moment that the Dragon Queen would be waiting for to attack our citadel. There are many more forces beyond these dragons that you speak of in this world bent against the destruction of this city.
Yes.
And we stand because we hold vigil here.
But, sir, you should understand how close this destruction came from your doorstep.
And yet it avoided our city. Do you know why? Because even such creatures know better than to lend their talons against us.
But how do you know that that will happen the next time? Is that always where you're going to place your bet?
Do you think this would be the first time that ancient dragons have attempted to attack our fair city?
How about 4?
I can guarantee you, should they mount an attack on us, 4 or not, they will fall.
Wait a second.
Wow, then
I'm
I guess
sorry.
everybody in the world can just move here.
Yes.
Wait a second. You said dragons have attacked before and they were defeated. How?
Well, we had the aid of Bahamut and us at that time.
And he glances up, and you look up, and you can see the rays of sun that have come through here. From your current position, you can see actually form a matching symbol, not of a shield, but of a giant winged dragon outstretched across the curved roof of this temple.
All right, let's
Wait,
talk about this.
Wait. Say something. Please continue. I'm so sorry.
My bad.
We've been drinking.
Drinking?
No. Water. Long walk up.
Well, understand. I hear your plight. And I understand that we must aid you in this endeavor best that we can. But we cannot swear to you, our army.
What sort of aid can you offer, then?
For now, while you seek out whatever your plot is to tear these creatures from their summit, we will grant to you, from our place in the Dawn City, our finest champion. While I have no resources to offer at this time, this champion shall come to your aid, to help in any way that they can. And once they can report their certainty that victory can be had, perhaps we may be able to send a little more of our power your way.
Will we know the presence of this champion, or will it be a silent
The
watcher?
champion is here.
And he kind of steps aside and puts his hand out, and one of the armored knights steps forward. Full armor, this tall, kind of wide-chested, masculine form. You can't see the face as the helmet kind of protects it, but shield comes out and slams the ground and goes to kneel on one knee. And he says, "Your charge, Platinum Knight Udair, one of our finest warriors, whom has had time and time again," at which point you hear a loud sound as all of a sudden Udair is thrown off of his feet, his shield kind of bent in and skidding across the ground. You see stepping up behind a female halfling, scar across the face, gold trimmed armor, a blue cloak behind her, shouting out, "Oh no you don't! This is my home turf! I'm going!"
Yeah, Kima!
I'll take that one.
Ooh, we want that one.
High Bearer Ford rolls his eyes and sighs loudly.
Kima, you are in need of discipline and guidance, more than most who walk the warrior's path. Your foolish impulses will get you killed.
I think her foolish impulses are exactly what Vox Machina's looking for.
She kind of grins as she swings her maul. Slams it onto the stone ground. There's a little bit of a rumble as you see a flash of divine energy from that, and a beam from the sky kind of comes down and frames her form as she stands there clutching the top of it.
Yeah,
she goes,
"Girl,
better to die a fool for something than live in regret for doing nothing."
Church.
There's an awkward pause as Udair gets back up on his feet and pulls up the front of his helmet, and you can see there's like a very thin pencil stash underneath, a chiseled jaw, and a man who looks like probably an intense, chivalrous type knight gentleman, except for there's a look of complete disdain and frustration, and he kind of gets up and goes, "Really, huh?" And Vord kind of raises his hand and grumbles.
Very well. Your new charge is Lady Kima, whom you are already affiliated. Please keep her from doing anything stupid.
I think we want her to do her stupidest. Udair, it would have been a swell adventure with you. Maybe next time. Sir, thank you for granting us this aid that we will definitely need on our journey. We also are new to this dragon slaying business and would love your advice and any information you might have, especially about some specific items, something called the vestiges of divergence.
His eyes kind of squint for a moment as he puts his hands in front of his face.
To step against such powerful dragons is indeed a death sentence. It is true that you need to prepare. Arm yourselves against this doom. While we are meant to stay here in the most holiest places, these relics you speak of from before the second spark, still I've forgotten. These armaments even balked the primordials of old. blades that slew the children of the dark. Where these relics lie, only story and tome can tell, unfortunately. Know that at any given time, you are not the only one seeking this power. Consider things of such great strength are perpetually in the minds of those who would make the riches off of them, or intend to take their own townships and peasantry under their own boot and gauntlet. Well,
Do these vestiges help you control the dragons? And do you become their leader if you fight them?
I don't believe any of that such capability, but I also am not a scholar of ancient magics and artifacts. I merely have come across their whispers and books and various classes I took as a child.
What sort of books? Fairy books?
Yes.
There are tomes scattered throughout the city, and there is the Cobalt Reserve.
Cobalt Reserve is gone. The dragons took it out.
That is unfortunate.
You said these tomes might still be in Vasselheim?
Perhaps.
Where?
I wish I could tell you. We had one such entrusted to us long ago, but that was destroyed as part of the last assault on Vasselheim that we withstood.
Do you remember the description of any of the items from your stories?
Or how many there were?
I mean, the stories say of at least a dozen. I can't be certain. I wish I could be of more aid in this, but this is not a path that I chose to learn much on.
And are all artifacts necessary in defeating these dragons?
I have no idea.
We should have probably asked.
Other people. Otis. Or Sisa.
Though the warriors that once wielded these in the battles of old only seem to carry one or two each.
How did you defeat them? The dragons that came to your doorstep.
That was before my time, my dear.
And there are no legends, there are no scrolls that might recount the tale of how that happened, that you might still have somewhere.
The pendants. The second spark. He takes a moment to gather his thoughts as I take a moment to gather my notes.
While you're doing that, Udyr's stuck in his armor over there.
Dented in.
He's just dented in, he can't get it off.
He's not happy at all about that.
Dozen weapons.
Hold on. Got it.
Sorry.
Sorry.
One moment, please. Right here. Hold
Who
on.
are the children of the dark?
I've got all my
Seem
dragon
like bad
lore over
things that were
here.
Yeah,
killed by
we
magic.
should figure that out.
Okay.
Second spark.
It's a long tale, and I would recommend you research the history yourself. But during the times of creation, when the gods first came upon this world, it was a place of chaotic energies, elements clashing. The very landscape itself was in eternal turmoil, wrestling for no purpose other than the destruction of the others. There were no boundaries. Yet the gods still came, and they created the various beings and entities. As they came to understand what their purpose was, as they themselves were still uncertain as to why they came to be, they hoped that through their creations they could learn more about themselves. They began to watch the first burgeoning elves, dwarves, people. But within a short time, a very short time, the very chaotic nature of this landscape consumed and destroyed most of what remained. The only city that stood, the first city, Vasselheim. The Titans have walked across these lands, great primordial elemental kings, beings of no knowable mind, sought to destroy any light or beauty. And thus the first war began. The peoples rose up, the gods' feet touched the ground, and alongside the creations they slew the Titans with the first of these vestiges, laying them to rest within the dirt, within the sky, casting the elements away from this plane and separate to their own, where now they remain. Planes of fire, earth, air, water, and their muddy boundaries between. This came a time of great privilege and prosperity. And it also came to be discovered that some of the gods, as part of creation, during this bout with the Titans, began to question the purpose of creation, to embrace the chaos that they fought in this battle. And they distanced themselves from the ones that guide us to this day. They began to take the children of the gods and corrupt them, teach them the wonders of arcana, magics beyond the divine and the gifts of the gods. And for the first time, the creations began to find power separate from the creators. The arrogance to think that perhaps now they were gods themselves. Now they were the gods' creations, and they loved them very much. So they did not see this as a threat, but as the second expansion of civilization spread across the world, we saw rise to great new towns and cities and civilizations and cultures, as well as a new wave of insolence and selfishness. And these new dark gods began to prey upon this and build a force to take those who still stayed true to the first. This terrible war. This is what we knew as the Divergence. This was when the people were split in two, and the gods were divided as well. Bloody battles ensued, and it looked as though, while all other cities fell to ruin, even Vasselheim would fall. But in this time, these vestiges were expanded upon, and those first few weapons, many more were created. And the champions fought alongside the gods once more, and victory was had. The dark gods banished to various planes, far from this plane. But it was then the gods also decided that perhaps their delving had caused this, and they receded, leaving the mortals to find their own way, to rebuild a second time, with the warning of the dangers of arcane, which Vasselheim still to this day holds as one of its prime oaths. Many of these vestiges you seek were destroyed, but some were kept, some were lost, some were entombed. Some were refound and rediscovered and are used as symbols of power. But since this second spark of civilization, the gods felt that the true penance was the destruction of all that people had built, and the gods leaving us to our own. Thus started the penance. Where to this day, we still make up the infractions and sins of our arrogant brothers and sisters of that day. So, since then, we've had other new civilizations spring up. Wildmount, Talvore, Singborn, Marquette. These are the newer cities of the Third Age.
May I ask, vestiges, the wording of these legends, it seems vague. Does no one know anything about what they were? Is that a stand-in for things we don't understand or know about? What are these vestiges?
We know of them, but understand, artifacts and relics of this power are very dangerous. And what better way to hide things of such power than to destroy the knowledge of where they may be, or that they even existed?
Sir, I come from the Ashari people.
Yes.
We are here to protect those boundaries that we set several thousand years ago. Do you think that some of this knowledge might still be within my people?
Is this possible? I am not a practitioner of the history of the Ashari people.
Objects with that much power have to leave some trace. Somewhere. Anything you can think of, a place to start.
Global Reserve. It is there that the monks keep some of the most ancient of texts. We here at Vasselheim keep watchful eye on things that relate to the wars of old, the history of our deities, of our temples. Don't repeat the mistakes that we have. The monks are more eclectic in their collections. Perhaps they can be more aid.
Maybe not all of the reserve was destroyed. Maybe they have secret rooms underground where they keep the most ancient of texts. It's true. We should at least check.
It would be worth looking, at the very least.
Allura was on her way there.
Hi,
She never found
Bera.
out.
These dragons who are running rampant across the world, them being chromatic dragons, you think they have pledged their loyalty to the Queen?
If they have, it's a very... No. They would not be able to shroud the sight of the Platinum Dragon himself.
Isn't it very strange for dragons to pledge their allegiance to any other dragon?
Chromatics it is.
Then why are they serving the red one?
The red one.
The Syndicate.
Thordak.
That's what he calls himself.
He's ancient. He was in the fire realm, the fire plane, and broke free. And now he has other dragons serving him.
Chromatic dragons respond to a few things. Gold, dominance, and strength. If this red dragon is as ancient and as powerful as you say, perhaps even he could bully lesser dragons.
Right. Or do you think it's possible that he's offering any one of those rewards?
There are many possibilities. You may have to ask one of them yourself.
Distinct feeling we'll get that chance.
So, if this is the third age, does that mean the fourth is upon us?
I hope not.
As do I.
But if it does, we will do everything we can to see that this city stands. It is the only link we have to the past. And should Vasselheim fall, I dare say all is lost.
At the cost of everything else, Vasselheim stays.
Ouch.
That's my only question.
That is your question. From here, civilization can spring anew. People can defend themselves and thrive thereafter. The rest of the world is scattered. Petty squabbles, selfish, personal endeavors that lead to foolishness and treachery. Should this city fall, and one of those remain, that is a breeding ground for the dark powers that lie beyond the veils. It is only here that those who are the most devout could truly have the hearts and minds to guide us, Bahamut forbid, into a fourth age.
Thank
Well, thank you for all your help. One more question before we leave you to your...
Which is Kima slams her hammer on the ground and is like, "Tch, oh my god, can we just go? I'm sick of hearing him rattle on. He puts his hand out. Kima.
On our journey, we may have to travel long distances quite often. Is there any means of quick travel to other parts of the continent from Vasselheim?
Perhaps any flying carpets that you have lying around.
Airships, teleportation circles, any means that you know.
We do not deal in such teleportation magics beyond the divine provided ones, and those, I assume, are beyond most of you. However, there is still the Skyport, which I believe you arrived in when you first came to us. Other than that, if none among you are able to achieve any sort of distance translocation, then I highly doubt you have the ability to really stand up against these dragons you seek to destroy.
We got it. It's fine. It's handled.
Thank you for the vote of confidence.
I think we have everything we need here.
Yes. Unless you have any, amulets or, magical things.
How's that
lying
horn of
around that can help
Orcus
us?
going, by the way?
A good question, actually.
Oh, sorry.
Snay on the Ornhay.
Sorry.
And with that,
So no on the magic items of protection.
I have business for the day.
Cool.
I'm not going to ask him how his family is.
No, don't do that.
Kima, show our guest staff, please. With pleasure. Slings her maul up on her shoulder. Let's step outside first.
Okay.
And she leads you all outside. The temple doors close. As soon as the doors close, and she tells the two guards, "Shove off, please. We have to have a conversation." That was kind of frustratingly turn around and go back and close the door. As soon as the doors close behind her, she goes, "Oh my god, guys!" and rushes out and starts giving hugs to everyone that she knows. She skips you. Asks to be introduced. She's like, and
Zara.
I don't believe we've
Kima.
met.
I'm Zara.
Zara, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet Kima.
Kima, Lady Kima.
Lady Kima.
Mm-hmm.
Lady. All right.
And have you met Cash? Cashaw.
Kasha, Fesh.
You're
All right, then.
brooding.
I don't mean to be. It's been a rough... Yes, thank you.
All right, so I caught some of that discussion. Dragons, what are we after here?
Big scary dragons.
I tend to glaze over when he's talking.
Everyone's gone, Kima.
Yeah, basically 4 big fuck-off chromatic dragons destroyed them on, and then Western, and Allura was
went
there.
to go
She
check
was
it out.
very upset.
She went with.
Is she all right? Is Allie all right?
Drake
She's fine.
to Western to find out what happened.
Yeah, Ali is fine.
We just parted ways with her. I've got such a headache.
2 days ago.
My home temple's in Western.
Oh.
We should definitely go there. We need to look at the Cobalt Reserve as well. We need to meet up with Allura, though. She was.
All right, well, I'm with you, wherever you need me.
What do we...
I just
There's an
pass
airport.
Vax
Is
my
this a Skype?
water
Where are we
canteen,
going?
kind of on the sly.
And I very obviously chugged the entire thing.
Oh, okay.
A few of you started early. I'm jealous.
Kima, it's been very hard since we last saw you.
I can see it on your faces. You all look a bit harrowed.
Harry?
You surprise me day after day, Grog.
Well, thank you. Don't have to hide it around me, it's okay.
All right, where are we off to?
That's a
Good
good
question.
question.
Where are we going?
What
What
are
Kima?
our options?
Cobalt
do you
Reserve,
want
he
to-
said twice.
Yes,
Cobalt
but that's
Reserve.
Western, so
It's
we
been
will be-
destroyed.
It's been
Not
fucked up.
necessarily. I mean,
Well,
yes,
let's
fucked
go
up,
to
but
the air.
We still need to go talk to Earthbearer Grood
Let's-
to see
let's-
what kind of mess was there.
I also really need to check out the fire Ashari.
The
Have
fire
you been
Ashari
by?
are on the way.
Too
All
many.
right, let's
Too many.
count out the things that we want to do. Not what we're going to choose, just what we have to do, and then we'll choose something. We've got the Cobalt Reserve, which may or may not be totally fucked,
It
right?
could give us information about these dragons.
Yeah, we need to go by there regardless. We need to stop by Western.
Okay. So there's
Ashar.
Cisa's mate
that's down by Western.
down by Western in the mountains.
That's on the way.
Yeah. We've got your people.
Which is the
Also
opposite
on the way out
direction.
the door.
It is?
It's right.
It's only it's not far from here.
It's three days, about roughly 3 days travel southwest of
nearby.
Vasselheim.
But there's trees. There's trees.
There
we can
are
go
trees.
through.
I can also pop through a tree. I can pop through a tree through most places. We can pop through a tree and get us to Westrun. As long as we take a nap.
Or charter a ship.
3 options. Are we forgetting anything?
And Grog wants to talk to.
Earthbearer, Master Splinter.
Earthbreaker.
While we charter a ship.
Well,
Percy really wants an airship. Dear gods, does he want an airship?
What a perfect way to make our way quickly and efficiently
Let's
to
just
all
talk
these places.
Quickly, efficiently.
You can go through trees.
Pop through trees.
I can.
Only trees that
new thing
she's
that I
seen and knows very well.
Look, the Earthbreaker is here.
Luckily, all
has to have a
places that we are
relationship with these
going,
trees.
we've been to.
I mean, if we're spiraling out, right? The Earthbreaker's here.
Yeah.
Let's
the
go there,
Ashari
then.
are close by, and then we're talking about in and around Westrun.
Yeah, so let's go to the Earthbreaker.
Yeah, let's go to the Earth.
Earthbreaker.
Followed by the
first.
Ashari.
All right.
Make our way
Followed
over
by the
there.
airship.
Here we
Followed
go.
by the airship.
Earthbaker.
We'll talk
As in
about it.
Don Marshall, the great Don Marshall of. I've only seen him from a distance. He's a rough-looking fella.
Yeah, right. He's got a pair of arms on him, doesn't he?
I'm excited to see this. Puts it over her shoulder and he's rocking down her little legs, kind of ching 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 with the armor down the stairs.
Wait, hold up, Gamer. Hold up. What do you mean you like? Have you spoken with him before?
I've seen him punch someone's head clear off.
Off of his body.
What?
That is so cool.
You only turn him into paste.
Level up.
I'm excited.
Oh, oh dear.
You're not the only one. And she continues rushing ahead. You can tell, you get the feeling that Kima's been locked up and been doing temple stuff for quite some time and is very happy to get out of her general duties.
Lead the way, shit kicker.
You guys head back down the outside of the Heaven's Stair, making your way back to the outside of the Trial Forge. And you can still see now it's mid to late afternoon. All the forges throughout the town are in full steam. You can see big plumes of black smoke pouring out of the various steel works.
On our way there, I kind of pace next to Cash. So, have you met Kima?
No.
Because I get the feeling that you guys, knew each other almost.
No. Never met Kima in my life. She didn't seem to like me very much, which is odd because everyone else seems to think I'm an amazing guy. The Vax and Vex, everyone telling me they love my eyes and they love this. I don't know. It's weird. A bunch of your friends are just very weird.
Oh. You seem really put off by it. I didn't know it was so.
I'm not used to
that you
being
said so
around
hard.
people all the time. I have one real friend, and that's C, and I'm only with her because she saved my life. I'd do anything for her. Everybody else, it's odd for me.
Yeah, I feel that.
There is one thing I wanted to say to you, though, about our kiss. I'm very happy that it happened, but I shouldn't have stolen it. And for that, I apologize.
You don't need to apologize. I also don't ever want to hurt anyone.
Of course.
Physically or emotionally.
Nor me.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
So as you guys approach the outside steps that lead up to the doors of the Trial Forge, you can see the large kind of rust red colored monument temple to Kord, very rigid and very much a temple built to withstand. It's a fortress more than a temple. And you see above it still, you can see it versus across the lip at the very top of the front walkway, a little bit of the Kord statue kind of looking over the entirety of this section of Vasselheim.
Oh boy.
The doors are actually ajar. They're open.
Oh.
There are 2 Dawn Marshals there in their armor with the colors of Kord. And as you approach, they step out of the way.
Yes. Clearly my presence is recognized in this great hall. Good day. Good day. Wouldst thou care to follow me inside?
Let's do this.
Oh, let's go.
Verily,
Yes, let's
verily.
do it. Verily.
That's all I say. Good lord.
So,
My liege.
as you walk in, the two dumb marshals that are out there kind of put their arms together and they lower their head and bow. And as you enter, they close the doors behind you guys. So the doors slam behind you, and you feel like the stone kind of shift from the impact of the 25, 30 foot tall doors that mark the front of this.
It's all right. Pucker up. We're okay.
The echo of the stone slam kind of down the long hall, and you can see there large pillars that mark the run to the central chamber. And you've been here before. And as you walk across the smooth, very, very simple stonework ahead, you can see there is the central portion. It's almost like a giant cross. Like both sides of the temple kind of meet to the center, and there is a circular dip in the ground. Not really a pit. It's only about 4 feet down, but it is filled with like a coarse sand. And as you guys walk up to that edge, each monk kind of acknowledging you as you pass quietly, you can hear the gentle chanting in the distance of kind of low, rumbling Gregorian voices, just kind of. And there, sitting in the center of this open, circular sand patch, is Earthbreaker himself. He is sitting there, legs crossed, arms resting at the edge of his knees, eyes closed. You can see, even from here, for those who haven't seen him before, he wears simple, free-flowing pants of a dark reddish color with like a gold trim on the sides, but they're tattered towards the bottom. He has what looks like a one-shoulder wrap across the front there, and these large prayer beads that hang around his neck. His skin is very dark and weathered by sun and training, and he is probably the most muscular human being you've seen for his proportional form. He is a human being built for discipline and physical martial training in battle. Older though still, you can see his long gray beard that kind of rests about middle to his chest. The kind of balding in the front a little bit, the rest of his gray hair kind of rests to his mid-back, and he just sits there quietly in the center. The rest of the monks have kind of gathered up and begun to form around the circle.
How many monks would you say?
Right now, about 15.
5.
Yeah.
Are they making any? Are they talking at all? Or are they all super quiet?
Super quiet.
I walk up to within like 20 feet of Earthbreaker Grood.
Okay, so you leap down into the sand pit?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys on the side, Grog, you leap off.
How deep is it, by the way?
You don't know how deep it is, but it's not. It's hard sand. It's packed, so you just kind of.
Yeah, but I meant like the depression. Is it like a couple feet?
The depression is like an inch.
Okay, cool.
I mean the depression into the actual ground.
Into the pit, yeah.
About 4 feet.
Oh shit! Right. Yeah.
So you like vault into it.
Land. Does he move at all?
Yeah. No. He's still kind of facing a little bit away from you, in the far corner.
I put my fist in my hand, and I bow slightly. Does he move at all?
The silence is broken immediately by a low rumbling voice that seems to have no particular source in the vicinity where you stand that says,
"You come because your lands now harbor a terrible conflagration. How do you think Groom can assist?"
Still facing away from you.
We have traveled near and far, great Grood.
It's like Sesame
And
Street.
we would like to bequest upon you a moment of your time.
Why is he doing the talking? Why is he doing the talking?
Supposed to be noticed this time. His name is Groon. At which point he stands up, and would only come to about your sternum height-wise, but is just this tense. Every muscle is seemingly. There's not an ounce of fat on this body, and
a protein shake.
Yeah.
Paleo.
Turns around towards you and says, "You stray from the darkness that I warned you. For this current distraction is too great. Even your blood is drawn to the flames of promise and power. This shall be a test to see if you will break against the shadow.
What shall be a test?
What's a test?
I know many things, Grog Strongjaw.
You said my full name.
But such knowledge is earned, not given. Where do you find your strength?
What's he talking about, Grog?
As you're thinking,
Oh.
in a blinding instant, you see a flash of movement, and like a dagger in your stomach, his elbow is 20 feet in an instant and has slammed you right in the center of your abdomen. The breath just escapes you as you fall back, unable to really catch yourself, and just land flat on your back in the sand.
We're all hanging back.
Puts his arm down.
Just watching.
Yep.
Strongjaw, where do you find your strength?
In my anger.
You walk between worlds. Weakness in mind or weakness in conviction. What do you stand for? Where do you find your strength?
At which point, as you're getting up, there's another blinding flash for a second, and your feet are left out from under you. Go ahead and make an athletics check, because you're now prepared for this one.
Gonna get smacked down.
19.
Your feet go out from under you as you slam onto your back. You just barely caught your breath before it's almost knocked out again. He's looking down at you this time. Once again, his eyes just white.
Choose. Choose the two here who would save you. Who would push you to your potential. Choose your bloody muses.
Does he mean us?
Do they have to be here?
He looks over to the rest of you on the side of the pit.
Choose.
I'll choose my buddy Pike.
She's not here.
Pike's not here.
I don't care, I'll just say it anyway. I'll choose Vax. And I choose Scanlan.
We give him his strength, sir.
As you finish that sentence, two monks that you failed to notice were behind you shove both of you into the pit. Make acrobatics checks, both of you guys.
I gotta fight. Oh, I got a 10. 34.
Okay. You tumble, catch Grog's arm, and lift him onto his feet as you land yourself at his side, scaling his face down on the sand.
Are we talking still?
I would just like to point out that I'm mostly sober.
This will help. It
Rune
will
takes
help.
2 steps back and just closes his eyes and puts his arms to his side.
No. Show me your conviction.
Oh, snap!
Need you 3 to roll initiative.
Natural 20! Yes! Up a natural 20.
Oh, snap. Oh, look at the pretty.
Oh, shit's getting real.
The statues that are set at the edge of this.
Awesome.
We'll put you, Grog, there.
We go to the Cobalt Reserve first.
And
It's so
Shoot.
cool. Oh, this is awesome, Matt. Look how little they are in
move this way a little bit just so you guys can see.
Wow.
There you go.
In just a little bit.
What?
Hey, you guys, don't die.
Yeah. All right, so let me get Groon's sheet out here.
Is it just us against one person?
Yep. Yeah.
He's really strong.
And he's gonna kick your guys' ass.
Can you see? Do you want to switch seats so you can see?
No, I can.
Okay.
I can see on
All right,
the screen.
so 25 to 20.
25 off a natural 20.
Oh, snap.
All right.
Oh man.
20 to 15?
19.
19.
Oh, wow.
16.
16. Scanlan.
Nice.
All right, perfect.
Grog.
First up's first, you, Vax. Just standing with his arms out.
Lick my boots of haste.
Lick 'em hard!
And use my bonus action to hide behind Grog's thigh and hold my turn.
Till what? What's your trigger?
Till Grog moves towards the Earthbreaker.
Okay.
When he does it, I'm gonna go with him. If I can.
Well, your movement is in your turn. It's your action you have to hold.
Oh,
So.
boy. Oh boy.
So. Are you gonna wait behind him?
Well, let me just think for 10 seconds only.
You got, dude.
Yeah. Okay. So I use my bonus action to hide. Do I need to roll for that?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. That's no, that's okay. That's fine because remember, I'm me. So that is that's 25.
Okay.
I guess behind Grog.
I want that shirt.
He has no idea where you
no,
are.
I'm going to throw fucking daggers at this guy.
Go for it.
Because I'm first.
All right.
Oh my god.
Spin the dagger.
I'm first. I am. Back out. Okay, first is 24.
24 hits.
And then so I use my bonus action to high, which means I can do
Correct.
2, right? So okay, and the second is not that good.
I don't know what you're so worried about.
Is luck better. Second is a 30.
Ooh. Yeah, both hit.
Okay, now I'm the first to attack, which means that it is. Oh, and it's a 19.
What's the range increment on this?
I'm sharpshooter, man.
Right, but what's the max range?
60.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so I'm hidden behind Grog, so it should be sneak attack, and I'm the first to go, so it's a crit.
You're the first to go. It is a crit. It is not a sneak attack.
It's not a sneak attack, even though I use my bonus to hide behind Grog's big fat leg.
Where could you possibly be, Vax?
He's huge!
Where could you have possibly hidden from his sight in the middle of this giant, open, sandy arena?
He's disappeared!
I don't know where
I'm drunk and fighting in a pit!
That's okay.
In your mind, you are.
But it is double damage.
Alright, so there's no sneak attack, but it's a crit,
sneak
right?
attack.
Because I'm the first to attack?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so the first attack...
Well, no, it's surprise, not first to attack. He's not surprised.
He's not surprised.
No. It's not first, it's just surprised.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm drunk. Tell me what's going on.
You hit him twice. Roll damage.
Fine.
I know, I'm so
One plus 7
confused.
is 8, and then 8. 8 and 8.
All right.
almost as
The
good as
first
all those other
one,
things
he deflects with his hand, and it kind of cuts the arm, and you see the little flash of blood. That's the damage it dealt. The second one, he's going to use his reaction to do deflect missiles.
Oh shit. That's cool. Some Bruce Lee shit.
Yeah. He reduces the damage entirely, spends one of his key points. He catches the dagger, and throws it right back at you.
Okay, I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge.
Not back at you, though, because you're currently behind Grog.
Oh.
Hi!
Are you still face down in the sand?
What's going on?
That's 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Oh, it's just advantage. Ah, my
So,
God, so many details.
You take 12 points of piercing damage. As he chucks Vax's dagger back at you, it sinks into your shoulder suddenly before it vanishes and returns to your belt side.
Oh, I'm sorry. All I've heard was Scanlan. My buddy Scanlan.
That's true. That is all you heard.
All right. Now it is Groon's turn.
It's even funnier when you think.
Groon is going to rush up to the front of Grog. Actually, no, to the side here, so you're both in combat, technically. And is going to make
Can the rest of us do anything?
flurry of blows attack using
No,
another one of his key
I
points.
I don't think so. I
We
mean,
could, but we'd piss
So let's
everyone
make
off.
4 attacks. All against you, Grog.
Okay.
oh,
So that's a 27 hits. I'm pretty sure that cocked. 26.
27 and 26.
16.
Oh, this is.
28.
Yeah, it's.
What the fuck is this guy's base?
Damn.
So
This is when you want to be fighting Will Wheaton.
Thorbeard.
okay, you take
He's doing a lot of math.
31 points of bludgeoning damage. poof, and his kick just whack right across the jaw. You haven't even raged yet, and the pain is intense. Your vision goes white for a second. Go ahead and make a dex saving throw.
Oh man.
7.
As his fourth action whoosh, sweeps your feet out from under you, and you're knocked prone on the ground.
Shit.
Oh shit!
Damn it. Dick, this
guy's a badass. He gets 4 actions.
Yes.
Monks, man.
Monks. That's his turn. Grog, you're up now.
Now we can't do anything. You serious?
Get up, buddy.
I want to get involved.
Yeah.
And yet it's so much
would
fun.
like to rage.
Okay.
I'd like to stand up, please.
Oh, come on.
Do I have to roll for that?
No. You just have your movement for that.
I take out Craven Edge, and I'd like to swing twice against.
Go for it.
Ooh.
That's a 25.
25 hits?
25 hits, that's good. And a 17.
Misses.
21 points of damage.
21 points of damage already.
And roll for the DC.
Yeah, he makes it.
Bitch.
Bitch.
Sorry. All right, so.
Can I move? Or is it getting
You
up
can
my
move if you want,
movement?
yeah.
I want to move around. Just stay right next to him, but move around behind him.
Right there, you mean?
Yeah.
Vex is there, then that would be kind of your flanking potential there. Okay, cool. Then it's your turn. Scalen, you're up.
Did Grog moving activate Vax? Didn't you hold your turn or something?
No, he
Oh, you
didn't.
didn't. Okay.
Chuck knives.
All right, I'll stand up
Mm-hmm.
out of the sand, and I will. I will look extremely weak, and I will sing a song to him. I will attempt to cast with the horn. I bite on him, and I'll sing. My, I've bitten twice shy. Do 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 do. Wow.
Alrighty.
It's
and
a
that is
wisdom save.
Best fight ever.
I bite.
I bite.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, so it's a. Is it wisdom save?
It's a wisdom save.
Alright. What's the DC?
It's 19.
No, he fails it. What are you doing?
This is a good question. I don't know what to do.
Come on, Scanlan.
Should I make him fall asleep? I think no, because we want this fight to continue. That would sort of end it, won't it?
Do
I don't know.
That's a great look. Do something funny.
Yeah, I want him to go to sleep in the sand.
Okay.
Just curl up in the fetal position.
Okay. Wow. Well, what happens
He's
is
going fetal.
as soon as you move around, Grog, and you sing at him, he glances over you for a second, and his eyes kind of roll back, and he and just falls back in the sand, unconscious.
Scanlan Shorthall.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that was a quick
At
fight.
which point, all the monks currently are kind of gasping in immediate reaction. Currently
What the?
conscious and affected by eye bite. All right. Do you want to move, or you stay where you are on your turn? Bonus actions.
I mean, he can't swipe at me if I walk away, so I'm gonna get away from him. Although he can
He
move
just like
super
skips away.
fast. I'll walk a little
but
bit
now,
away.
now you're a problem.
Out in the middle of the room.
And I'll inspire Grog in case this fight continues, and I will sing.
Actually, you know what? Oh. No, go ahead. I've got to read something. Go ahead. My own fault.
I will sing, Hail to the Goliaths, hail victory, blood on the warpath, fight for Vex and me.
Make your D10.
That's the Redskins fight song.
Thank you. That was genius.
I ain't using it.
It's Scanlan's turn. Back to you up.
Grog, do we really want to do this? He's down, he's asleep.
What do we do?
Are we doing this? Are we really doing this? He's asleep.
Well, like, so if we hit him, does he wake up?
He will, but you'll get a few licks in.
We're not trying to kill him, we want him to work with us.
You fucking end him, and you end him now.
Yeah, kill him.
Excuse me?
Look,
All right, so I use no, I don't have to.
No, he's asleep.
Yeah. Okay. So I got 2 daggers in my hands, and they spin around in my hand, and I just start beating him in the head.
All right, go for it.
I assume this is a sneak attack since he can't
Yes,
see
it is,
his
'cause
guard.
Grog's right there.
Yep, sneak attack.
Okay,
and-
so the first one.
We'll wake up after
Is it
this.
21?
Yeah, but we wake up anyway, right? He rolls for it.
As
I don't
you
know,
go
actually.
and attempt to strike him.
Oh, no.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have advantage on the attacks, by the way, because he's on the ground.
Oh, well then it is it's a 30.
Okay. 2. Good, that hits.
And then the second one is a 27, and the third one is a 17.
First 2 hit.
First 2 hit, and the first one is sneak attack with the blunt edge.
Which is doubled because he is unconscious.
Yeah, it
His
is.
melee attack within 5 feet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. 9 plus.
Whoa, 3 plus 4, 7 is 10, 16, 22, 23, 25 is 50.
Plus the 59. 59 for the first.
59.
Wow! That's the wrong one. And then the second dagger does 10.
10. So as you whack, hit him in the head, he immediately comes back to consciousness.
And I'm going to use my movement to run around and
Run away.
roll around behind Grog's buttocks.
Okay. As you move to the side, even on the ground prone, he swings his leg out to try and catch you as you're running past.
Acrobatics?
He has disadvantage on this anyway. That's still a 24 to hit.
What? To hit? Oh, that's an attack. Even though he was unconscious?
I'm doing great.
He woke up after
Hit.
slammed him.
It hit.
Second attack hit.
that hit.
And reactionary, he sees you rush off. He kicks his leg up and manages to catch you.
Yeah, I'm
It doesn't-
feeling that.
It doesn't manage to trip you, but it does deal.
Uncanny dodge.
So you deal half the damage on this.
Yep.
All right, so you take.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa.
It would be 12 points of damage. You take 6.
Ah, fucking ankle.
It was still uncanny.
Yeah.
It was quite uncanny. All right, that ends your turn?
Yes.
All right, it's now his turn. All right, so.
So acrobatic.
We're like waiting to see if he's awake or not.
I know, it's like, so yeah, until the spell ends, you can use your action every turn to try and give him another effect if you wanted to, Scanlan. So he still has eye bite, but he's conscious.
Can I change the effect, or does it always?
You
have
can
to
if you want to when it comes to the next turn, but it has to be on your turn to use your action to do it. He gets up, using half his movement,
Oh god.
which is fine. Is going to, as he looks over and you can see him kind of glance to the side of Grog and see where you are, as the giant like crack in the side of his head and the blood that's trickling down the side of his face. He just rushes around, still in melee with you, so he doesn't get an attack opportunity. And he's going to go unarmed attacks on you for 3. The natural 20.
Oh.
That's a 17.
No.
With their haste, yeah, gets bonus. So that's a miss.
Knives, yes.
And that is a 25.
That hits.
All right.
2 of those hit.
So the crit. 28 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that's right.
And the last one is going to be 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
39.
And is going to use 3 key points. Dear
God.
As he comes around, elbows you to the side of the face. You just weren't expecting it. It cracks you, and you feel like a tooth crack, and the pain sears through your jaw, and you're like, oh. And then he brings his lower hand and hits you right in the center of the abdomen. And it hits you, and it hurts. But it's not as impactful as you thought it would be for the force. But you feel like this strange, like quivering vibration in your midsection, like almost like the muscles are spasming uncontrollably, and you don't quite understand why. That is going to end his turn. Grog, you're up.
No! And I go into a frenzied rage. If it's gonna be an ass beating we take, we might as well just get on with it, and I'll use Reckless Attack and Great Weapon Master against him.
Okay, go for it.
Which means he gets advantage on everything against me, but fuck it, he's hitting anyway. Oh, 19, so close. 28.
28 hits.
23.
23 hits.
16.
Misses.
Damn it, those were high.
You could have used your inspiration.
It's
Drew
true.
it in his.
I'm not listening to any of you. 32 on the first one.
Nice.
That's hysterical. RG3 could have helped.
9, 17, 27 on the second one, and the third one missed.
You're a miss. All right. Succeeds in the first save with an 18 and a 19. Yeah, saves both hits from Craven Edge. As you slam the blade into him twice, he's trying to parry them, and he's like catching the blade off to the side, but the strength is too strong, and you end up jamming it into his forearm. As you pull away, the blood kind of streaks out. With each hit, he's still focused on you, and he's not showing any pain. He's not grimacing. You're just seeing the wounds being had, and he's just still intent, unmoving in his expression, focused on you.
He made both those checks okay?
Yeah. And at that moment, he looks at you and says, "You carry such a dark weapon with you." That's all he says. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Scanlan.
He's still eye-bitten.
Correct, yes. Actually, let's see if he has to save at the end of his turn. Which, he rolled a 1, so no.
All right. Instead of sleeping this time, I would like him to just get sick. Be sick. Want him to be sick now.
Kind of sick. Like puking or like the other one?
Oh, he's
Which
like
I
diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Oh,
wow.
We
Oh,
sick.
Scanlan. Oh, man.
It's gonna be a good fight.
That's so embarrassing.
Alrighty, so
You have
yeah.
a special ring for that?
So
What color the ring is for
as you
that?
can
Brown ring.
focusing, you can see like his form shifts a little bit, and you swear you hear the cramping of someone's abdominals in the distance, like an unhappy digestive tract.
You didn't sleep well, did you? No, you didn't.
Like a tree cracking in the wind from this guy.
And I will turn to Vax this time and inspire him, and I will say, "Kill that monkey douchebag white boy, and kill that monkey douchebag white. And take out your daggers and kill that monkey douchebag till he dies."
Take your D10.
Okay, got it.
All right, that brings us to the chat. Is it the end of your turn? Are you gonna move or anything else?
I'll move a little further away. It won't really help.
Okay. All right, you're up.
He's still pressed up against Grog, right?
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna use disengage and pivot around Grog. Right, run all around the circle and get behind Scanlan.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to get away from him.
And I'm gonna throw 2 daggers
Go for it.
at him. Yeah, the first one is okay.
Oh!
Natural 20.
Yes.
Wait, it's natural 20 on top of a sneak attack. What happens?
That means you.
Doesn't stack?
Yeah, you double the sneak attack damage.
Doesn't quite.
You double
sneak
it?
attack
You
damage?
double it?
It's a critical hit. All the dice you roll for a critical hit, you
Picked
double.
you for a reason. Add that
and,
shit up.
and then you add the ability modifier at the end. So yes.
Let me take a moment.
Rogues, baby.
Okay.
Get the blood back in your head.
Okay, that's a 9. Okay. I want to savor this.
He looks giddy. He looks giddy. It's great.
Alright, so
6.
my
Yay,
god.
6.
11. 15, 16,
so
17,
juicy.
18,
So savory.
23, double, quadruple.
Quadruple, double.
23, 28.
Double.
Yeah, just double that.
It's doubled, not quadrupled.
Not quadrupled. Oh,
No.
so sneak attack is not doubled
No,
then
it's
on
not
top of it?
snap.
Alright.
Oh, yeah,
Meaning
that's
it's
what
not a
you
surprise
said.
So it
attack.
doesn't stack.
No.
Yeah, but he's up against Grog. So I
Which
get
meaning you get sneak attack.
This is sneak attack.
So you're doing sneak attack damage on him.
Just
you
take your
critically
80
hit,
points
so
of
you
damage,
just double your
not
sneak
your
attack.
160
double
points.
the sneak attack damage.
Yeah.
Right.
You said quadruple. It's not quadruple. It's just times
23. The sneak attack damage
It's 28
is
So 56.
times 2.
28, 56.
56. All right. Yeah.
That's good.
There's no disappointment there. That's what
Yeah, you look upset now.
And now your other knife.
68
68.
Because it was 50.
Oh, total is 68.
Yeah.
is the dagger.
Gotcha.
Critical hit.
Poof!
Sneak attack.
Got
it.
He is going to use a key point to deflect missiles.
I'm gonna use my last bit of luck so that he has to roll again.
Okay. All right. It's not an attack roll in this yet. Just so you're aware.
Okay.
This is him just reducing the damage he takes. From
Oh,
it.
all right.
So that is a total of. He reduces the damage by 13. He still takes the impact, but he manages to slow the blade with his hands before it finds itself in his chest. And he rips it out, and you can see the spray of blood that kind of hits in the sand across the front before the dagger disappears from his grip.
You alright?
And I duck behind Scanlan.
All right.
Very low.
So
very low. Just the worst hiding place ever.
And it's a 4. 10.
Nope.
Oh, wait, no, you didn't roll over 20.
No, I rolled a bunch of times. Didn't I roll a bunch of times? Okay.
No.
All right. Well,
I just rolled,
she rolled a 20.
For nothing.
I rolled a. Oh, I did fine. It's a 27.
Wait, so you did a total of 60 something damage on him from the one attack?
Yeah. One attack.
Yeah, gotcha. Yes, the second one does
Second
it.
one
Yeah.
is 10.
Yeah. So your second one attack hits. Go ahead and roll for it, or roll for damage.
9.
9. Okay. Cool. Cool. So
I'm scared to death, which is why the math is so bad.
That's good. Well, as it comes back to Groon's turn, Groon, you can see like the blood is just like kind of pouring out of the wound that you left. He takes one hand and just slams it really hard, and it just kind of the impact sears the wound,
Whoa! Wow, that's really amazing.
cauterizing it.
Don't want to be fighting you.
Still looking at you, he puts his hand out and does this, and that quivering in your stomach you felt earlier
Oh shit.
begins to shake, and the vibrations begin to spread throughout your entire body. I need you to make a Constitution save throw. Yeah.
You've got inspiration still.
Does that work on saves?
Yeah,
Plus
yeah.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's a 23.
23. That is a success.
Okay.
You manage to just stave it off as you can feel it about to tear your insides apart, and you just tense real fast, and the vibrations slowly fade. No effect.
No effect.
Wow. Would have been 10d10 necrotic damage.
10d10.
Oh, 10d10.
And
Yeah.
what happened? And like a chest burster, like
It's called Quivering Palm. It's a monk ability.
It's Uma Thurman. It's fucking killer.
Yeah.
10 steps.
The dim
Yeah.
the three
Exploding
story,
palm,
the
freaking
5-point
North
exploding palm technique. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is going to use another key point, a bonus action, as he goes into a defensive stance. A familiar one that you've seen before.
Yeah, before I whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah,
When I did it.
but he goes into this like fully defensive, looking about and kind of keeping his eyes aware of entirety of his surroundings, and is going to stay right there. That brings us to Grog.
Piece of shit, I don't know what that stance is. I'll chop at him some more with Craven Edge.
No. Can I do like one Great Weapon Master and the other two just regular?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Are you using reckless attacks or not?
Yeah, reckless.
Okay. He isn't. His patient defense gives you disadvantage on all attacks, so it just nullifies it. You just had one roll per attack.
16.
Misses. Just knocks the blade out with his own hand. And just hear it shing off to the side.
16.
This time actually catches it with the two sides of his hand and throws it back towards you.
You could be inspired, goddammit!
It's right there.
It's in the cup.
Use my other D10. That's not tainted on this one.
All you have to do is pledge
Great
allegiance to
Weapon
the Washington football
This is the
team.
Great Master.
Wow.
27.
27. He goes to try and catch it, but you change the direction of the blade at the last minute and find the side of his flesh. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 7, 12, 19.
He does make a save on it.
29.
Damn it, he
Damage.
does!
29. All that.
Got a decent constitution. All
Yeah,
right,
you
so,
think?
so the third blade finally sinks in about 2 inches into his kind of clavicle area, and probably would snap the clavicle bone if he hadn't have put his hands up and caught as much of the impact as he could, and then throws it back again and just kind of kicks you away to get a little bit of distance.
Shit, really?
Wow.
Little distance or
It's just like a foot, like it just kind of away from being clenched up.
Okay, no, I'll can I move opposite of where my two lads are, so I'd stay behind him again?
Right
from
there?
Where they are, yeah.
Yeah, you can
He's
do
gotta
that.
pick one of them.
Oh, God.
Go for it. All right, then in your turn?
Yep.
Scanlan, you're up. Oh, let me see if actually if he resists. Nope.
Still sick.
Actually, no. I'm remembering this because I kept forgetting to do it before, but that's fine. He's going to use his legendary resistance to automatically succeed, so he no longer has eye bite.
He's done.
Yeah.
No more diarrhea.
He's no.
He's not shitting himself anymore.
No.
So you
But
can
the
you can help in
stench is
other ways.
great.
You can do things.
I'm sure I can do something.
You
So
gotta
the sickness
have something.
fades. He spent last round not doing any actual physical attacks for that reason.
All right. Well, I'm far away from him, but Grog's right next to him, so I probably shouldn't do anything too terrible.
Do it.
Do
it.
Dude, he's a sponge.
Do it.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, he will. Do it.
That's why we have Grog around.
I'll join in the bludgeon fest, and I will cast Big Bass Hound, and I'll make it come right next to him, between him and Grog. I can't get between him and Grog, can I?
Not between him, no, but you can put like next to him or behind him.
To the side would be good.
Alrighty.
To the side.
And just punch, just a couple punches, just throw in some punches.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Okay, so make a melee spell attack.
Melee spell attack.
Got it. Melee spell attack.
What do I add?
You add your spell attack modifier. Should be on your spell page.
It's on your second page, your spell page.
Spell attack.
Spell attack bonus. Spell attack bonus.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know. What is
27.
27, that's a hit.
Yes. Wow. Yeah.
As the hand appears to his right, he's still focusing on Grog and kind of glances over for a second and tries to do a deflection. Technically, he's still in his defense stance, though, so roll twice, because it does have disadvantage for attacks on him.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, yes.
That was a natural 20.
Yeah. So you have disadvantage, so you don't get the natural 20, but you do still. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wait, now I roll for damage.
Yep.
With Bigby's hand. I rarely do this.
That's true.
4d8 force damage.
4d8. D8.
You need to do that more. That's pretty good.
Come on, Scambo.
He never has enough.
I'll just roll this one 4 times. It's fine.
What's my D8?
17.
17 damage.
4d8, right?
You got it. Yep. So as Bigby's hand pulls back with the giant fist, the fingers kind of cracking in an arcane echo. Whack! Slams into his side. He holds himself strong and actually slides about 7 inches in the sand from the impact. And you can see him kind of like shake off his arm from the hit. Yeah, that hurt.
Decent.
Yeah.
And I will inspire Grog again with a little ditty. I will say, "You're a psycho killer with a bearded face." Grog, 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 grog. That's fine.
All right, take your d10.
The dancing was amazing.
All right, Max, you're up.
He's got it. I just drop to my knees so I can aim better and right over Scanlan's shoulder. Dagger.
Go for it.
Okay, first one is 1, so that misses. Second one is a 23.
23.
And,
You're rolling
third
disadvantage
one-
on all these, right?
Disadvantage for what?
For all these attacks, because
Oh, I do?
he's still in his patient defense state.
Oh, shite.
Yeah. So what was this roll you just
Well,
got?
the first one was a 1 and a...
Yeah. First one missed. The second
First
one
one missed,
was a
so-
23, and what was your roll?
I don't remember what it was.
Roll again. It's fine.
All right, so this is the second attack. That is a 17.
Misses.
Third attack is a 21.
21 misses.
Oh.
So all 3 daggers come out of him, and he just like dodges one right off the head. Another one he parries out of the way, and the third one he does a crescent kick, whack, and knocks the dagger out of the air. That kind of spins off to the side before it returns to your belt.
And just under my breath, I say, "So fucking cool."
At the end of your turn, before it's his turn,
Yeah,
he's going to go ahead and use 1 action point to use Like the Wind, where he moves his speed without taking attacks opportunity. He turns and rushes up to Scanlan.
Oh no! Oh boy!
I'm a little boy.
Starting his turn now, he's going to come for you, Scanlan. He's going to go ahead and do Flurry of Blows against you.
Oh no, Scanlan!
So, Scanlan, the first attack is 29.
Yeah.
Natural 1 fails in the second one.
I'll use cutting words on the last one.
Okay, well the third one is a 20, and the fourth one is a 31.
Ooh.
So
Jesus.
3
3 hits.
last one. He said the last one.
He did. But I'm using cutting words on the third one to try to.
You said the last one.
No, I said the third one.
It doesn't matter. It's gonna. They
It's
all
fine.
suck.
Oh, I
whichever
thought that the
whichever
last
one
one
you
was
want
the
to
third
use it
one.
on.
Take it.
So the first one hits. Cutting words to reduce the attack on the.
On the one that was a 20.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll your d10.
Okay.
Yeah.
6.
6. What's your AC?
17.
Yeah. No. So you managed to. What do you shout at him as he's doing these punches against you?
I sing, "No, no, no, no! Don't funk with my heart!"
Cocks his head like a confused puppy for a second, and the fist just hits air above your head.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
However, you do take 14 points of bludgeoning damage from the first strike.
Gosh.
And another 14 points of bludgeoning damage. So a total of 28 points of bludgeoning damage from 2 hits. And go ahead and make a dex saving throw if you could.
Dex.
4.
16.
16.
Oh, plus 4? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So for some reason, there's a plus 4 there. 20.
20 is what you need. His last hit, he's trying to kick you square in the chest to knock you off your feet. And while it hits you, it actually forces you back into Vax. And Vax holds you up, and you manage to keep on your feet.
Oh,
go, buddy.
Oh, hi. I'm between 2 strong men.
It's debatable.
All right. It's now your turn.
I'm Lucky Pierre.
Or no, it's Grog's turn. It's Grog's
my
turn.
turn?
Siege took yours, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just keep swinging away.
So you're going to move up to him?
Yes, please.
Oh, and as a note, you need to make a concentration check for both of those hits. There were 14 damage each. So, and you have a Warcaster, right?
Oh, yes. Oh,
so,
yes.
So go ahead and make
for sure.
Constitution checks. Constitution, it is.
That's 11 plus 2 is 13. Right? Not great. Not great. And 14. 13 and 14.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to concentration. Bigby's hand off the table.
Bigby's hand is gone.
Bigby's hand.
Sorry.
Shamone.
Too much damage for you in that one. So from the impact of the blows, you just managed the spell fizzles from your mind, and the hand just dissipates into the distance. All right, now, Grog.
At the end of his turn, did he go back into his defensive pose?
No.
Okay, great. Okay, so reckless attack. Let's make a great weapon master with the inspiration. 24.
24 hits.
Ooh, thank you.
You gotta say great master before you roll, by the way.
Should I do it for the next one then?
Yeah.
Okay. So that one.
Because you can't be like, oh, that doesn't hit. I'm not gonna do a great weapon master. Yeah, you have to get the
Right,
penalty before you roll.
Right. So it was a 29. No, I mean it wouldn't. Wait. What?
So it was a 20. For that one, it would have been a 20. It hit regardless.
Okay, hit regardless.
So yeah.
Okay.
So the first one was just a regular hit.
So we'll do the third one. Will be great weapon master.
Okay.
This is just advantage. Come on, where are the damn crits? 20.
20 misses.
Yep. Okay. This is great weapon master with the inspiration.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Grog.
28. Nope. Minus 5. 23.
23 just hits. So a regular hit and then a great weapon master hit.
Okay. 5, 6, 11, 19, 20, 19. The first one.
19 damage. All right.
Fuck. 9, 17, 27.
27. Got it. Both of the strikes makes a save. Makes a save.
I did not once.
It's a 12 DC. It's not a very hard DC.
Yeah, but he's gotta roll shitty sometimes.
He probably will eventually. So anyway, as you're striking the blades at him, the pain, he's just taking the pain to his back now because he's facing Scanlan, and both times hack into the back of his shoulder blades, and the exposed muscle you can see as the blade draws back. You can see the muscle and the kind of the blood arcing after each draw of the weapon. However, he glances over his shoulder at you, so you finish your second blow. At the end of your turn, he's going to use 2 action points to use Whirlwind of Blows.
Can I move?
I
already moved.
You already moved, yeah. I mean, you can keep moving if you wanted to move away.
I wanted to move in between me and him and Scanlan.
You can't move between, but you can get there if you want.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay. So he's going to get an attack on everyone within range of his punches, which would be you and Scanlan. That is going to be a 26 against you.
Yeah.
And a natural 20 against Scanlan.
That doesn't hit. That doesn't hit.
Against you, Grog, that is 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Halved
to 9.
Okay.
And Scanlan, that is 6. No, sorry.
Doubled.
24 points of bludgeoning damage.
Not as bad as I thought, actually.
57, 47, 36.
All right. Now it's Scanlan's turn.
Oh, shit. I get to do more shit?
Where you at?
Looking a little
I'm
rough.
fine.
Looking a little rough.
I'm fine. Monk's got nothing
Last,
on me.
last turn you missed all 3 strikes, I don't remember.
Oh, thanks.
So he's right next to me. He's right next to all of us. Okay.
I have a reminder for him.
Well, I will. He's right next to me.
Yep.
And no one's behind him, so I will just lightning bolt him from right there.
Okay.
Can I do that?
You can, yeah. So as you're there in front, you kind of just reach back.
Oh, I've got something in my pocket. Oh!
All right.
Let the lightning out of the bottle.
What's the DC?
So
imagine this
is
play out
this
of your
my
head.
spell DC?
Yes.
So 19.
19 with the hand cards. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
19.
Need some D6s, man?
He's going to
Take it.
use another of his legendary resistance to make the save. And he has evasion, which means dex save for half. He gets no damage on a success. So as you lightning bolt, he literally just goes into the splits as the bolt streaks over his head.
Jackie Chan your ass. Van Damme your ass.
Slams one of the nearby pillars. And as you realize that, you look down at him as he squeezes his legs back together and lands right back on his feet.
Took no Van damage.
That guy's.
Wow. Whoa.
Marking it down.
He's fast as lightning.
Is that your turn?
I mean, that's all I can do.
Right.
You know what? I'll use my bonus action to heal myself a bit.
Yeah. Okay, go for it.
I'll use Healing Word on myself at a third level. At a third level.
Okay.
So that's a 2, 3, 3d4 plus 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. 10 plus 5. 10 plus 5. Okay, 15. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'll take that.
Sure, go for it. All right, then it's your turn. Vax, you're up.
You might already know this, but I'm wearing my Cloak of Displacement, so he should be at disadvantage to hit me.
Good to know going forward.
Yeah, thanks. I want to use one action to grab Scanlan by his purple shirt and rip him and pull him away.
That's going to be your action.
That's for sure.
So you won't have any attacks this round.
With Boots of Haste on?
In order to get the additional... Well, actually, no, you would get one attack from the haste. You would.
Yeah.
Your offhand attack you don't get unless you're doing an attack
That's fine.
action. So yeah, you'll get one attack.
That's fine. I rip him, I yank him away and throw the little bugger.
As I fly through the air, I'm looking up to see if Kashaw is like putting any moves on Keyleth or anything.
Great fight, man. Great fight.
Oh God!
And then throw a dagger past Grog at him for not that great. 19.
19?
19, that's it.
Misses, yeah.
Okay, so I threw a dagger and missed, and I just juke to the right and get behind Grog.
Okay. So move there. At the end of your turn, he's going to use his last action point to do an unarmed attack against Grog. That's going to be a 21?
Pretty sure.
It hits? Okay.
Pretty sure.
You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Half to 5.
Half. He's going to use another key point to... I need you to make a Constitution save. 17. As he turns back and slams his fist right in the center of your clavicle, you feel a crack in the sternum and your whole body, all your muscles just seize up. And you are currently stunned from a stunning strike until the end of his next turn.
Shit.
We got
alright.
this, guys.
However, it's now his next turn.
Oh no.
But you're still stunned. He is now going to, since you don't have a threat to him,
It's going awfully
he's going
well.
to swing around, jump between the two of them, and he's going to do flurry of blows, 2 punches against each of you. Against Scanlan, that's a 17.
That's my armor class, 17.
That hits. Okay. Second one is a 17 again.
Can I use my cutting words on that one?
Do you have any more uses of your
once
bardic
per turn.
inspiration? You have a limited number of bardic inspirations per short rest that you can use, and you've used quite a few this battle.
Oh, that's considered a bardic inspiration? My cutting words?
Yeah, you use one of those dice to reduce the damage.
Oh.
You've inspired at least
Me once, Grog once.
Grog twice now.
Twice, so 3.
I have
cutting words.
That's 4.
It says bardic inspiration. No, that's not it. Is it 1d10? Is that
5? You have
5 of them.
One
Okay,
left.
this should be your last one.
Okay, I'm using it.
All right, go for it.
It's a d10, yeah?
Yeah, although to be fair, it doesn't matter what you roll.
Doesn't matter what you roll. You're still this one.
And you do.
Hey, I rolled a 6.
Okay, so one of the attacks, as he's coming for you, hits you once, and as he rears back for another kick to the side of your head, you shout,
Don't hit me! I'm a little boy!
It's not pause for you to duck out of the way. However, you set inertia to spin back on Vax for a 27.
Uncanny dodge.
And 21.
That hits.
Okay.
So first one uncanny dodge.
So,
Second one full.
Scanlan, you take
full brunt.
9 points of bludgeoning damage. Vex, you take. Sorry, Vex. Every now and then.
Every time.
14 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to
7.
half.
Yeah.
And the other one is 9 points.
9 points.
Yep.
Okay.
So a total of 16 points of damage.
Okay.
He's going to use a key point. Again, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
It's gonna be great.
Come on. Not the vibrations.
14.
14. Whereas the end of his turn, Grog's stun shifts off of him. You feel your muscles tense up, and you almost fall to your knees as your whole body seizes. The muscles just locked in place.
Kill me.
Oh, because I have 5 uses. Okay.
Alrighty. Grog, it's your turn.
Good enough.
I'm gonna take Craven Edge, and I'm gonna stab him into the sand.
Oh shit.
And I'm gonna take out the Firebrand Warhammer instead.
Okay. So you drop the weapon for free. You pull out the fire hammer, and it bursts into flames in your hands as you wield it. As you drop Craven Edge, you hear this voice scream in the back of your head.
You fool! This fight is ours.
As the hammer lights up, you just feel this cold dread run down your spine. I need you to make a will saving throw. A wisdom saving throw.
10.
10? You can't possibly let that blade go away. And you drop the hammer and pick up Craven Edge once more. This is the true weapon of a warrior.
You're right.
And you are not going to relinquish this. There is no way you could let go of this blade.
No way at all. Reckless attack on all 3 swings.
Oh,
The process of picking it up, we'll say we'll take it away your bonus action, so you get 2 attacks.
2 attacks. 14. That sucks. That's better. 27.
Second one hits.
Okay. Ow.
Ow.
6. 11. 19.
19, alrighty. This time as the hammer falls to the ground, the flames go out, and Craven Edge streaks again. No, makes a saving throw. As it hits him, he stops for a second, puts his hands together. I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh, we're Star
11.
Trek fighting.
Your vision goes dark as all the sight around you goes to black, and the entire vicinity of this fades, except for the Earthbreaker before you, just staring at you in this darkness. And he steps towards you. 1 step. 2nd step. And while his mouth doesn't move, you could hear his voice piercing into your head that just says,
Grog, you are stronger than this. This thing that binds you. Where do you find your strength?
And my friends.
the darkness around you immediately shatters, and you can see now your friends off to the side, kind of keeping their weapons ready. The entirety of Groon's posture has dropped, and he just bows before you.
Yes.
Wow.
At this point, he takes a moment and closes his eyes, and you can see there's this inner glow in his chest, and a bunch of his wounds heal up in but an instant. And as those wounds kind of leave these scars, he kind of looks across his body.
I will wear these with pride.
So will I. Oh, fuck. Zara, did you see how awesome that was? That was really good.
That was wonderful. You still have a little sand, right?
At this point, he, Groon's not even looking at you guys, just looking at Grog. He goes,
You need not the strength of Vasselheim to aid you, nor is that strength any we have to give. What you need can be found, recovered, reborn. I can see in your face the path is already lying before you. I know of 2. The rest you must find yourself. A gift from Cord himself to this mortal plane, carved from the corpse of the Earth primordial Titan that fell on this continent in the First War. These Titan stone knuckles were a symbol of power and leadership for generations here in Vasselheim, until the last known keeper was slain 200 years ago. The gauntlet's taken. I know not of the whereabouts. The other, leathers adorned by the champion of the Raven Queen. This champion's tomb has since come to ruin, sunken beneath a lake to the west of here, known as the Marrowglade Loch. Within that tomb lies the Deathwalker's ward. Now go. You found your strength. You know your path. I can help you no further.
And, he turns around, walks back to the center of the sand, and just sits back down in the same pose and position he was as you entered.
He's so fucking cool.
Scanlan, Vax.
Yes.
Do as I do.
Yeah.
And I bow.
I bow as well.
And I walk backwards, still facing him, to the edge of the pit. And I hoist Vax up.
No.
And I throw Scanlan.
Oh, fuck!
And climb out.
Okay.
Keyleth runs over to Vax and just hugs him super fast and gives him a peck on the mouth.
Gently.
And says, "That was incredible. That was incredible."
I look over at Zara.
That was pretty good, darling. We'll talk later. It was lovely. It really was. It was very good.
Are you okay? Do you need healing?
Heal him. I give him another hug and give him a cure wounds level 3.
All right.
3.
Does that also make you sober?
No.
Yes.
No.
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 Potions have nothing to do with clearing alcohol away.
No.
There's a difference between the healing and fleshing one's system.
Wait. I'm ready.
We should leave.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I think we got all the answers.
Make a dexterity save.
Yes.
Oh,
You've had this coming. You've had this coming. So had this coming.
For 12
Wow.
points. I heal you 12, and
You
then
can do this,
actually-
Marisha.
That's not bad.
Roll for dry cleaning.
Dexterity save.
Yes.
20 total.
As you see his cheeks fill with the bile and liquid of your previous venture at the bar, you instinctually, as the mighty speed and reaction of an air-based Ashari druid, dodge out of the way as he spatters the stonework on the outside of this.
Wow. I kind of hold his hair back a little bit. His long black hair.
2 of the monks immediately rush forward with towels out of seemingly nowhere and start quickly cleaning it up while staring at you very, very angrily.
Come on.
Sorry, we'll leave.
It was
We're
their
in it.
loincloths. Come on.
Apologies.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
We should leave now.
I just kind of look at him and I'm like, he got hit in the gut a few times.
He did, actually.
We're like a mile high. The oxygen's thin here.
We should
It's
go.
tough. All right, we should go.
And as Keyleth helps me away, I say
help
to
him.
Cord, it was an honor. Thank you.
Groon?
Whatever his name is.
Or to the god that is
Hey,
a
this is the place where I
god
think
is
either
there.
would work. All right, as you guys make your way outside of the Trial Forge, we'll go ahead and leave today's mention for that. We'll bring it back. We'll return next week. Return next week to pick up this next venture and see where you guys go from there. So, well done, you guys. And thank you, Will and Mary, for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Couple episodes, yeah.
So great.
Fun episode.
Yeah, guys, well done, everyone.
Thank you.
Man.
I saw someone on Twitter say that this was like our Cheers episode, and I agree. I agree with whoever said that.
Vasselheim, where everybody knows your name.
That's right.
Actually, it would be Grog. Grog walks in the room. Everybody goes, Grog!
All right, guys.
Come see us in Portland.
Yeah, come see us in Portland. We'll be there tomorrow. Getting there tomorrow, but we'll be there for Saturday and Sunday. Come see us. Come, bring your stories. We'd love to meet you.
Hi. It looks like the posters are gone, but there's still some signed ones left if you want.
This means we'll just have to put more.
It's
up.
worth it. Go see them.
Come by
It
anytime
really is worth
in
it.
Portland. We have a 1-hour panel. We have a 1-hour group signing, and we're at tables the rest of the time.
Yeah,
be
we're at our
there.
tables
So just come
the rest
find us anytime during the day.
And if you can't make it to Portland, our panel will be on Saturday on Wizard World's Twitch.
Yes, it's
channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And is it Thursday yet?
Yeah!